Hello, everybody. If it's Wednesday, it's Warhammer, and that must mean it's time for another episode of Warhammer Weekly. Joining me this week on the show, it's our good friend Strength Hammer. It's Chuck. What's up, buddy? Welcome back.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me back. It's good to be here.
It is very good to have you back. Tonight, we are going to be discussing something that I think Chuck and I have some strong opinions on, which is we're going to talk about the coolest armies. What makes each army cool? Where do they rank on the coolness factor? And what is
Mhm.
ultimately the coolest army? That will be the topic tonight.
And I can
Uh,
assure you there's going to be very little aspect of rules involved in that. Sometimes, I
Maybe
bet.
a little bit.
Sometimes, but not
It'll
all the time.
factor in a little
A little
bit,
bit. A
but
little bit.
like, yeah. But we're I've got some rules, Chuck. I didn't tell you about them, but we'll as usual, I spring this on the guest. And by rules, I mean guideline. They're really more guidelines, Miss
Guidelines.
Turner, right? It's that sort of thing. But anyways, we'll get into that in a moment. First off, hey Chuck, have you heard about this thing? Did you know that it's the 10th anniversary of Warhammer? Did you hear about this? Of Age of Sigmar?
You know what? I did hear about this, but I heard about this from our Hearts of a Community
Yeah,
because we're the only ones that acknowledged it on the actual anniversary.
right. Exactly. Like on July 4th, that was technically the 10th anniversary because that was when the big announcement happened, right? I was like
Yep.
the big day. Independence Day 2015. And now, so
Mhm.
just like basically today, yesterday, I don't know what it was, they put up this article, but they did have some cool art in it. I'm showing the Alariel one because that is like by far the coolest one. This like art piece of Alariel
It,
with her on her
which
beetle.
is Which is so funny because it's the most she's looked like her older self than she ever has. That's before
Yeah,
her
yeah.
metamorphosis. So it's like, here's the coolest art of Valerial. It's still old world art in my mind.
It does very much look like her old world art because yeah, it's
Yeah.
before her war form. Um,
Mhm.
but at any rate, it's a cool article. Would recommend checking it out. Like if you're newer, if you jumped on AoS like, sometime after launch, which by the way is like most people. There's not a lot like Chuck, you and I and that first year at Adepticon when there was like 40, 50 of us, 60 of us maybe, right?
Yeah.
Um, it was a tight crowd. Um,
Mhm.
but for those of you who missed some of that stuff, they do have a nice little recap of like kind of all the phases of like the Realm Gate
Yeah.
Wars and then this and Nagash's plan and kind of what happened over pre like the early days, the pre AOS one and then one and two and so on and so forth. So um yeah, I thought it was cool. It was nice to finally have them like acknowledge it in a big way. I was kind of hoping they were going to make a big deal of it back on that live stream on the 18th. And I mean, like, it's not that the
Just
cast orbs or Hellsmiths or whatever isn't cool, but okay,
Adam Troke had a little throwaway. He's like, "Oh yeah, that is happening." So they
right,
mentioned it. You
sure.
know.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of our two major games is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Cool.
Great.
Um,
Yeah.
it just feels like they did basically nothing for it, and so I'm kind of sad about
Yeah.
that. But hey, whatever.
I know, especially what we had at the start with the realm or the what was it? What was the war where we had the little battles weekly and we were controlling over the cities. I forget the name of it already.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. It wasn't the
Yes,
Realm Gate Wars. That was the name of the story. But you're talking about the
story.
thing where they actually founded the cities, like Order One
Yeah,
and founded the
the season.
cities. That was
It
like,
was the first season of war. Season of war.
yes.
Um, and they were putting out battle plans and updates and
Yep.
little nuances of Chaos's Ascendant. And I was hoping we'd at least get a few battle plans that would reminisce back to the old heyday of just something like, hey, it's not tournament legal. This is just some fun. Relive the some of the Realm Gate Wars scenarios redone for fourth edition. That'd been great.
Exactly.
That's all. And I think we've all been like, that's awesome.
Yeah. So Seeds of Hope, says Max C. Okay, there you go.
Seeds of Hope. Yep. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, and that was cool. That was like a cool event. It was cool stuff. I was hoping they were going to do, I don't know, something
Something.
as opposed to nothing. But at least we got this article. So I guess they acknowledged it. That's a win.
Hmm.
Um, other thing is of course just we have a rumor engine and it's tied in. I also picked the Sylvaneth picture because the rumor engine is tied into that. I set up Alariel first. It's like a little staff, a little tree staff. It's like it's a little tree staff. This feels at least like something in the AOS world because this would be a very
Yeah.
weird thing to show
Actually,
up in 40k. or Necromunda.
This one and last week's, which was like the claw with the clearly elven gems on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
were probably some of my favorite as of late. One, because they seem elf related, but two, because they seem this could be what I want, but it could be something wildly off base too. Like I thought the last one was Malaria, and this one I'm going Kurnothi. I'm gonna keep swinging for that fence. So, but they're cool. They're making me think for once, not just here's a 40k ammo box. Like I know what that
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
And I
sure.
don't want it.
Sure. Absolutely. Greg Molka says that's a new gnome star player. Oh no. Has Blood Bowl tricked
Oh,
me? Is that what's happened? I mean, you're probably right, Greg.
oh,
And I'd be sad. We'll never get a rumor engine again. There's no more AOS. That's it. We're done forever. We're done now.
it's over.
Okay. Yeah, watch it be an Exodite Eldar. Yeah, that'd real get me. That one would get me. All right. So that's basically all the news. There's not much else going on. Okay. So let's go to some pick of the week. Chuck, do you want to go first? What would you like to share with everybody? What have you been watching? What have you been looking at? Anything you want to boost the attention, the signal on?
Yeah, I got something to boost because I won't lie. I've been exploring and enjoying other non-Warhammer hobbies lately. So
Sure.
not a lot of Warhammer content other than Warhammer. Warhammer Weekly is the one of the only two things I listen to regularly. So
Yes, we made the
shout out
cut.
to
All
you.
right. Excellent.
You made the cut. You're top. Yeah, you're always no matter what, even if it's I'm not in the mood. But I do want to boost my friend Alex. It used to be called the Fit Hammer over on Instagram. He had his Instagram taken down due to some AI reading something, and he couldn't talk to a real person. So he's rebuilding. His new Instagram is called the_Fit Hammer. So I just want to shout him out to help him rebuild it because it's also part of his business and his livelihood. So the more he can get back sooner, the better for him to, I guess, keep living.
Hey, that rules. Look, they're like fitness plus Warhammer is an excellent combination. Okay, that's like you got to get on the you got to get gains both in the game and in real life. It's important both. Absolutely,
Mhm.
it's true. So I support that 100%. For me, I am also going to spruik something that's somebody coming back, but in a different way. So our old friends Garage Hammer, right? David Wytek. So our old friends Garage Hammer. I ran into Dave at Gen Con. Okay, as a matter of fact, I ran into several people at Gen Con. If you were somebody who stopped me and said hi, thank you. That was very nice of you. Hello, everyone. It's always nice. I saw a lot of, there were people who I'd walk by in the aisle and they would stop and look at me, but then not say anything. I'd be like, you can just say something. It's fine. Like, but at any rate,
Vince doesn't know.
it's cool, man. It's cool. You're not going to bother me. At any rate, there was, but thank you to everybody who was very nice and said all the kind, shared all the kind thoughts and sentiments. It was very much appreciated. But I ran into Mr. David Wytek, and they are doing a battle report. They're going to start doing bat reps, and their first one goes up, I believe today. I linked the channel down below. I know they're probably uploading right now, so it'll probably be available once this show is done. I talked to Dave. He said, "Yep, it's going to happen today." So I was like, "Okay, cool." And they're going to start doing regular battle reports. So I was like, "Wow, that's super cool." So I wanted to shout out our good friend Garage Hammer. God knows Garage Hammer was with me through much of the early days of many days of Warhammer back, pre AOS and beyond, right? So
I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Garage Hammer and the Dwellers Below.
sure. Oh yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
I and seeing Dave come back, I
Coming
love his
at you with
energy. I love what
irresistible
he's done.
force.
Yep. So it's great. We got Dave back. I'm pleased with that. I just went and subscribed
100%.
while you were talking.
Yes, channel is linked down below. Go check it out. Go give the battle report a watch. Say Warhammer Weekly sent you. Let's all support Mr. Wytek and good old Garage Hammer. God knows they've put out so much great content over the years. So it's awesome. And it'll be I think they're aiming for a little more fun, a little more fluffy, a little more narrative style battle report. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, that's going to be what they're aiming for. They said the first one's going to take it's a little rough. And that's fine. Of course, it's always going to be a journey to get it all working. But I'm sure he has said they're very focused on improving. So there you go.
Right.
All right.
Love
Let's talk some hobby time. Obviously I know Chuck, you're a man of many hobbies.
Yes.
You push heavy things around. You restore video game things. I see a lot of updates from that as I follow along in your social media world. But also, have you been painting anything? What about that?
Yeah. So back from vacation. It was a little bit slow to get back into it. I'm not sure if it's like a slight burnout, but like, I'm casually just enjoying it, like letting my brain do what I want to do. So I did paint up some high elf kit bashed objective markers because the new match play guide allows you to have 40 mil markers for some scenario play.
Yes.
But I am excited. To be fair, to my left right here is all my hobby, which is the outhouse for the KO arrived. I have the new manifestation for IDK to build, and I have a whole Grand Cathay army that, to be honest, that's too much to look at right now. But I'm not
Those
gonna say
figs are
where I got
scary,
this.
man. They're scary.
They're built. That was rough.
Oh,
Like, I'll
okay.
worry about
You
the
got them
painting.
built. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
they're built and primed. I just got to paint them, and I was like staring at an army is like, no, I don't want to do that.
Sure.
But I'm not gonna say where I got this. And GW, if you're listening, just close your ears, turn this off for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, so this lovely sculpt of a Keeper of Secret that some people will probably recognize.
Oh, look at this now.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
That's not just a keeper of secrets. That's a very specific keeper of secrets.
correct. We'll keep the name and the anonymity on every aspect of it, but
Yes.
yeah. But I'm excited to paint that. So that's what's going
That's
to be
awesome.
painting next.
That's even rendered from the specific art. Like that's the exact pose from the art piece.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything.
Sure. I understand. It's all good. Awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. We'll have to talk after the show if there might be a second one in existence somewhere.
Absolutely. No worries. We got you covered.
Excellent. I mean, I've only got 6 keepers of secrets. You can always, I mean, sure, that would break my sacred number, but come on, it's always time for one more. There's never enough.
Exactly.
That's the. Is there ever a proper number when it comes to Slanesh, the god of excess? Like, let's go, right?
Yeah, exactly. Always one more.
Always one more. Speaking of more, I got a tournament here in about a week and a half, going down to NashCon. I got to get my army ready.
Ooh.
Sadly, it's still got some figs to paint. I normally try not to be painting before tournaments, but yet here we are. And so, whatever. I tried. I failed. So I'm working on some Retogers. Working on a little 6-pack of Retogers here. But happily, this is obviously the new one. Here he is, Mr. New Little Guy here, right? But
nice.
I decided to keep it a little fun and fresh because I already had I'll have 9 of these new guys, and they look beautiful and they're gorgeous and they're great minis and I love them. Okay.
Get a little samey though. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I wanted a dirty dozen of my new painted army Retogers. And so I went and found my original metal Retogers. Okay.
Ooh.
And so we've got a 3-pack of those. This is obviously old Bone Ripper. And then I've got the 2 other metal ones from back in the day here as well. The funny thing to me about Retogers, you look at a lot of models and there's obvious scale creep over time. Yeah.
Right.
Like a Chaos Warrior getting bigger or something like that. Like there's a little bit of scale creep. Things are a little bigger, a little heftier. Rat Ogres, look at the new one versus the old one. There is no change. Their shoulders are at exactly the same height.
They just worked them out a little bit more. They did a little bit more work on the shoulders, get the delts big, but they're still the same height.
Exactly. They were nope, nailed this the first time out. We're good to go. We got this in 1995. We decided the size of Rat Ogres, and it was correct, period. That's it.
I love it too because I love that you're like me. You're willing to mix the old and the new when it makes sense and doesn't look out of place. And I would love to see that more, especially with these older models are out. So you can kit bash Lumineth with some high elf stuff and make something pretty unique. I've done it to the high elf range. I'm sure you can do it reverse too into the Lumineth
100%.
with some exciting changes and make things look a bit different and unique, customized to you, and make it a really cool army.
100%. My Master Molder to go along with them with that unit is the old what was his name? He was the named Master Molder. It was Scritch or something. It was the guy with the whip who had the big giant rat in front of him. Okay. It's that one. You remember? I think it's he was a Games Day model or something. Yeah. So that's one of my Master Molders in there, right? I have I mix and match from what I see as the best figs of Skaven history into this new army, right? So
Vince, I know you'll appreciate it because I know you've complimented these in the past, but I had someone come up to me well, it was a while ago, months ago, but a Sigmar tournament, and I had my Cauldrons of Blood. And you know my Cauldrons of Blood have
Yeah,
Tyrion
yeah.
on one and the
Yes.
old Marathi on the other. And
Absolutely.
someone
Love them.
asked, "Oh, who are those two?" And then my soul just hurt. I'm like, "Oh, you're so new and young and innocent. Let me tell you this tale."
Yes, exactly. Let me talk about like the greatest ship ever that actually came true in the Warhammer world.
Yes.
No, David, not Throt the Unclean. I have a Throt the Unclean. Throt had 3 arms. Like I have it. He was holding like a man catcher on one side and I think a sword or something or whip in the other. I have a Throt as well. Like I might have all of the Skaven old special characters in all of their versions, I think. Just because I never really got rid of any of them. So I think I still have all of them. At any rate. Yeah, so I got to finish up these 6, and then I've only got 2 other little heroes to paint beyond that, so no big deal. I'll be
Nice.
done.
Yeah, you'd be fine for NashCon to have a good time down there.
Yeah, exactly. Also, my wife's going away this weekend, and I'm just like alone in the house for like 2.5 days. So it's just going to be, well, know what I'm doing for 2.5 days? Finishing this army.
Please,
That's what we're doing.
everybody out there, please occasionally comment on this video or DM Vince. Be like, please eat and drink water.
Don't. That's all overrated. That's overrated. Just paint. You can draw your sustenance from you. Every time I clean the brush, I get a little bit of liquid, right? So I'm just slowly absorbing. There you go.
It's true.
So yeah, that's been my hobby time, and it's good. I love these old figs, and I'm gonna keep experimenting with that, like you said, like bringing in the right ones. Sadly, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for. There you go. Maybe it is Squeal. Maybe let's look at. I'm gonna look it up here. It might be Squeal Gnawtooth. That sounds right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's see.
I mean, there is plenty of Skaven out there, so it's hard to
Yep,
keep track.
that's the
after a
one.
while.
Squeal Gnawtooth. That's him. Boom. That's him. Yep, that's the guy. That's my other master molder. Thank you very much. Cool. Excellent work. All right. Well, with that, Chuck, we got through things quick here. So you ready to rock and roll? You
am,
ready
but
to talk about coolness?
Yeah, but I just want to make sure everybody out there listening right now, make sure you've clicked like if you like cool armies.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. As we transition here, David Canty says he's dry brushing 18 Gore Gruntas and 4 Maw Gruntas. Love it. That's fantastic.
Get the piggies.
Yes. It's a lot of pork. Absolutely. Army cool, the tier list. We're going to talk about the coolest things. The James Deans, right, of this whole thing. I thought about putting a picture of James Dean in here, but I was like, are people even going to get that reference? Do people still know who James Dean was? Like, is that going to be a thing? Or like Steve McQueen, also famously a very cool guy.
Steve McQueen, I think, might be harder, but I think James Dean would have been fine. I think that would have been passable as like a universal.
Yeah. And I did have a super chat earlier about pigs. Oh my God, David, I'm so sorry. I didn't even see it. It came in earlier. Thank you, David, for the super chat. Going to miss this at work, but I'm taking the all pig IJ AOR to Nova, 2 Tusk Boss, Gouger, and Hack and Crew. I can fit 6 units of Gruntas perfectly at 2K, or should I go with 5 units of Soggy Grunta and be under at 1920? Ah, man, that's really tough, Dave. I'm sorry. I didn't see that because I think it dropped before the show there, so I apologize. God, what a tough decision.
My bad opinion,
go for it.
If you want my bad opinion, points are made to be spent, so you get as close to 2,000 as you can.
Yeah, my honest answer is in the current meta, Dave, I'd rather have the 6 units than the 5. I think that's going to be the answer. And like, even though I really like the Soggy Gruntas better, I think that, yeah, I think 6 regular is the right play. I just think having more units is just super valuable in basically the 4.0 battle plans. Like, that's what it comes down to. Even if they're not as good individually, I just think they're better. And since there's a lot of smaller units, your regular Gruntas can still do a lot of work against them. Like, you're going to have a lot more MSU you'll go up against, stuff like that. Just having more bodies, more wounds you can put in the way, I think has higher value. So there you go. And David, I'll be at Nova, so I'm going to swing through the hall. I want to see this all pig list. I want to come take a look at it, man. So I'll find you. But yeah, I would go with a 6. Thank you for the super chat. As Chuck said, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, do those things as we talk about cool. And there you go. Adds more pigs to the painting pile. And yes, thank you for the super chat. Super chat is on. It really does help the show a great deal. So yeah, please hit that up if you want to give your votes for cool through a super chat. That's fine. Okay, here we go. James Dean and Steve McQueen. Thanks, Vince. I feel old now for remembering them. Yeah, no. So who is James Dean? He's the rebel without. Somebody asked the question. He was a movie star. He's the star of Rebel Without a Cause. He was famously like effortlessly cool. Like that was his whole vibe, his shtick. He died very young, so he died cool, as it were. Yep. There you go.
Forever cool.
Forever cool. Yeah, that's right. It's better to burn out than to fade away. All right. So let's talk about the rules for army coolness. Here we go. We're going to rate each army and determine what is the coolest army. Okay. Well, we're going to broadly drop them into 3 categories. This is a tier list. This is a tier list. It's always a tier list. I should have put tier listing. More people would have watched. Maybe I'll change the title afterward. Exactly. For the algorithm. We're going to be talking through 3 categories, Chuck. 3 categories. You ready? Mm-hmm. Category number 1 for each army. Category number 1, aesthetic. General look. The vibe. Yeah. Okay. Category number 2, the story. How are they portrayed in the world? How cool are they? Okay. Category number 3, the gameplay. I don't mean the rules or the quality of the rules. I mean, how cool are they to play? Okay.
Gotcha.
Make sense? All right.
It does. I want to throw in just a quick caveat, as always, when we talk about Sigmar with my brain.
Yeah.
When we get to the story, it's going to be very hard for me to let go of a lot of old history with some of these characters. Not all of them. Some are easy to separate. Some a little bit harder. So just caveat there, especially on the elves.
We've all got our biases.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hades commented, sorry I'm late. There's only one answer for this, and it's the Lumineth because they're the Luma best. Everyone else is fighting for second place. And then what I love is right after you got Morty saying SBG Vampires the end, you got across the pond saying Beastclaw Raiders ain't nothing cooler than the Everwinter. So, you know, like people have some opinions on this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Arrested at Waffle House. Thanks for playing, everyone. It's Iron Jaws, though. Okay. All right. So this is all for fun. So of course the ratings are our ratings are completely objective and final. If you have an appeal, you can take it to the Supreme Court. But that would be the only body we will change one of our decisions for. You're gonna have to appeal this to the highest court in the land. By the Supreme Court, I mean in Azier, not the one in the United States. I mean like the Smiths and Stormcast that sit on the judge all in Sigmar's name. So you got to go straight to him.
Yeah, if you can convince Grugny and Sigmar that we're wrong, we'll abide by it.
Mm-hmm. When the Barbarian King makes a decree, I listen. All right. And then, of course, make your voices heard. We want to hear your thoughts as we're discussing the armies. Okay. Tier list. I got 3 tiers here, Chuck. As always, I don't believe in more than 3 tiers. Okay. Our 3 tiers. Ice cold. Because what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
Ice cold.
That's right. Then we got tier 2, which is just cool. And I mean that like this. Like you say something, you know, one of your buddies comes up to you and tells you some weird story and you're like, cool. That's that response. Okay. So that's how you need to think cool. And then we got the lowest category, no chill. No chill at all. Okay. That's the uncoolest. Okay. All right. So we've got our armies all ranked up and set up here. We can grab whatever and we can go from there. All right. Are you ready to begin?
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Okay. Hades says, just know, Vince, my like is dependent on the outcome of this list. Absolutely. That's fair.
Bribes are accepted through Super Chat.
Yes, of course. That's, yeah, you can bribe us. Absolutely. I'm 100% buyable. Okay. So here we go. Let's start with FEC. Okay. So the Flesh Eater Courts. So again, we've got three categories: aesthetics, story, gameplay. All right. Let's begin with aesthetics. Not cool.
No.
I'm sorry. Flesh Eater
You have
Court's
one cool
aesthetics.
model.
Yeah. Which is the big boy himself. And then he's a little Furby because he's all hunched
Right.
over.
Yep.
I love that. By the way, I love that you didn't have to say which model it was. We all know. Okay. Bunch of naked ghouls running around with like little bones through their skin. They're ancient. You know, the little basic ghouls are ancient. They got weird little fur pelts where their junk should be.
Yep.
Right. Like it's bad. It's rough out there. Okay. So first of all, definitely in the no chill category on aesthetic. Okay.
Right. Yeah. One model does not save an army.
Right. Some people have said Arch Regent's okay, Gourmain, the Meat Pope. Yeah, those are all okay. But the vast majority of the army, no chill.
Honestly, those are wrong opinions anyway, so.
All right, now. Story.
Ice cold.
Ice cold,
no
baby.
Question.
One of the best stories in the realms.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there's no question about that. It is, even before we had the characters leading it, it was a cool, compelling story that you could kind of insert your own narrative into in such unique and fun ways.
Yes.
But now there's characters driving it and conflict and, oh, yes.
The way they write, okay, Usharon, right? The way they actually like write him and portray him in the story is so amazing. He's so compelling because you don't know when is he crazy and when is he acting crazy, right? And like the scene where he confronts what's her name, Lady Sekar or whatever, right? Sekakar,
the snake vampire.
Yeah, the snake vampire, and the way he just like turns on like a dime, right? And goes from just being like tra la 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 la, I'm a fun, fancy, free little king. I don't know what's happening. I'm so silly. To like, I will rip you to pieces and no one will ever find you. Right? Like to just boom. Right? Man, he's good. And like there's a bunch of other stuff too. There's a ton of cool stories with FEC. It's just incredible, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah, I mean, I'd love to see you do a whole show on just the analysis of his character. Yeah. But that's not this show. So
right.
I'm going to hold in all the fun I want to give to him.
Okay. Finally, gameplay. I'm going to rate that as cool. Just cool. It's fine.
Yeah. I can't argue. You can be nuanced and tactical, and you can just push up and you're still having a good time, I feel. So I think cool's a good fit for that.
Okay. So if we just average that out, that would put them firmly into cool, right? We got one low, one medium, one high, right? But I think their story is so strong. We got it like that's like a solid 10. We got to bump them up just a little bit. Maybe have them bridge cool and ice cold. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I tell you, ice cold would be fun. Usharon's doing a lot of work. Let's just be real.
He is.
You know, if he wasn't the faction leader, we wouldn't even toe in ice cold. But he's the faction leader. We'll give him the benefit.
Okay, right on. Let's keep going. All right, next up, Gobos, the Gloomspite Geats. Okay. Once again,
boy.
Let's talk models first, right? Aesthetics. The aesthetics. Okay.
My first instinct is cool, and I keep thinking through it. Like the old, stabos and that stuff's fine, but the squigs really pull it up for me because the new squigs and squig hoppers and boing out bounders are really, really cool. So like, I'm high level cool, I think, just for aesthetics.
Okay, I'm with you. I think the aesthetics is largely cool, like just cool, right? Yeah. The spiders do still exist, and that's dragging them down. Like no doubt about that. But nonetheless,
that's true. Good point.
I think you're right. The squigs do a lot of work. The new trolls are great. There's like I'll say even the big Arachnaroks aren't bad. Okay, Trug is fun.
They're not.
It's mainly just the little spider raiders that look so goofy and dorky. They're clearly from like a different time.
Yeah. New Wolf
Okay.
Riders are nice too.
Sure. Oh yeah, yeah. The new Wolf Rider stuff. That's also
Mm-hmm.
God. This army has too many sub factions. Good
It is
night.
a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Story. How you rating Gobos?
Oh man, like that's been so dependent. It's been so up and down. Like
Mm-hmm.
when they're on, but generally at best low end of cool. I don't think
Yeah.
they're doing the most I've seen them do has been in a Gotrek book, and let me tell you, if Gotrek's in the title and you're on the other end of that title, you're not getting out well.
Sure.
So
I think these guys are just like the whipping boy of basically every story they've been in.
with Beastman gone, someone has to step up
Right.
or step down.
Yeah, yeah. They just end up being like the butt of every joke. They're just like they're generally not cool in anything they end. They don't have like obviously they don't have a heroic aspect to be cool, but they also don't have like a very they're not clever or the most evil or the most destructive or anything that makes them stand aside. They just end up being the most kind of killed, right?
So they're the
Um
most killed, but they're outside of what the one story where they accidentally started stealing bottles.
sure.
What was that? Yeah, that's the only thing that they did that everyone goes, "Hey, we have to stop these goblins." Everyone else is like, "Hey, there's goblins," and then the goblins
And
go
then
away.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
These are like I agree. So like Arrested at Waffle House it just said destruction are the fodder tier Grand Alliance, and I think that's generally true. And these guys are the fodder of the fodder tier, right?
yeah.
So I think that's rough. Okay, and then let's talk gameplay. Okay, how cool is it to play these things? How cool does it feel in the actual gameplay?
To play against, absolutely awful.
Sure, because you're getting swarmed
I,
by just stuff everywhere.
I don't enjoy ever playing against a orc and goblin player because of the squigs that are beautiful that just destroy me,
Sure,
and my no armor save witch elves. To play though, I mean, we're at least mid cool because of the different styles you can bring to it. Like, and you can do a nice mixed arm. I don't know how well it's going to play for winning games in this current competitive season, but
sure.
seeing some trolls, seeing a nice little horde, and seeing some wolves on the side and some squigs just running around causing havoc is cool. It's a fun thing to do.
I agree. I think that they're not. It's not terrible. They don't have like no chill. It's not as like I've played it. I've had some very fun games against goblins. Um, so yeah. Overall, I think where they end up is pretty middle of the road. They're pretty mid pack. I think sliding down probably to the lower end of
Yeah,
cool, but
little,
they're still in cool.
yeah, lower into cool. I think is a good place overall.
Yep. Okay. Fantastic. Let's keep going. Whoa, here's a nice one. All right. Fire Slayers. Okay.
Ooh, okay. I wonder if this might be one we get disagreements on.
Oh, good. All right. I'm excited. Okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
begin at the beginning. The models. No chill.
it's
There is
that's
one
one with
unit that doesn't
yeah.
suck in this army, and it's those new guys, the new Volcatrix Seekers or whatever they're called, the like Warcry thing they introduced or whatever.
I would say them plus the mount the magma droth are very cool. I love them both. But once you get to the basic infantry, like man, if they had some mini dragon piggy riders, we'd be in business. But we don't. So yeah,
We do not.
I'd say
We have
yeah,
naked
I'd say
baby dwarf men with long beards who don't wear pants or
yes.
shoes.
There is a reason why I converted the entire army to have old dwarf aesthetic.
Sure, sure, yeah, yeah. If
Like
they
I
had
can't
made
lie.
them just actually look like old Slayers, right? Kind of. There you
Yeah,
go. So models, I'm saying pure no chill. Okay. Uh, story.
I actually want to rate them just a pixel into ice cold. Honestly,
Wow. Wow, that's strong.
um,
Okay.
and I'm thinking this all the way back when we first heard about them. They were this
Sure.
mercenary war band. We
Yeah.
saw what they became. We've heard about their fall. Once again, I do enjoy the Gotrek novels, and there's a lot of Flyer Slayer action in there. In the White Dwarf, there's the Grombadil with some Fire Slayers that have fallen and some risen. I think there's a lot of nuance, and they play really well into what it means to be a dwarf. Now, if you talk about what they're doing in this setting, I can't argue. We wouldn't be a nice cold, but them as individuals who can tell good stories, That's where I boost him up a little bit in my mind.
Yeah, Odd Minis won me over here a little bit when he said, kind of cool to put on your dead god as engraved jewelry. And you know what? That's the best argument I've
Yep.
heard. Like, Odd Minis, you're winning me over with that argument. That is pretty cool. Your god exploded, and your response is to go around the world and pick it up and hammer it into your own skin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's okay. I'm pushing up there. All right, I'm at least at the top end of cool on story because of that. That alone is doing it for me.
I'll take that as a win.
Okay. Gameplay. No chill. These guys have never been fun to play against ever. Like, they've been fun. I don't know who they're fun to. I do not know for whom they are fun to play as, like, to pilot, and I do not know, and I've never enjoyed playing against them. This army has had like one of the lowest pick rates in the history of the game always. So
they're really fun to field and deploy. And then if you just talked about cool stuff after that, they'd be great. But then you start playing, you're like, well, in 3rd edition, when I did play mine, I essentially played Gotrek with Fire Slayer allies.
Sure.
Gotrek would do all the work, and the Slayers would just be like, I'm going to stand on this circle and try not to die.
Amazing. So where are we ranking them then after that? We got basically 2 no chills and 1 pretty cool.
I mean, I think they're going to be on the low end. They might still have a toe and no chill, unfortunately. As much as I would like to argue against it, it's hard not to. Just with the lows are lower than that 1 high.
I agree. Arrested at Waffle House says, I like playing them, me. A rarefied group. I make up at least a whole % of the pick rate. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I agree with you completely. Bottom of cool, toeing into no chill, right? That's where they belong. Okay. Sorry, Fire Slayers, but it's not all bad. It's not all bad. All right. Cool. Next up.
Your wasted potential. That's what I should say.
Yes, there you go. All right. Here we go. I wanted to get a nice chaos faction in here. We haven't done a chaos yet. Okay. Nurgle as our first chaos faction. The Maggotkin of Nurgle. All right. Okay.
Oh man.
First models. Ice Cold. I hate the aesthetic, but man, you got to admit, you've got that old, going back to even like original Lord Drippy, Gutrot Spume, the Great Unclean One, and all of its manifestations and all the different ones that are out there. The new dead guy on the dead horse. You know, I'm talking about
the something of decay, Harbinger of Decay,
Harbinger of Decay, right? The Blight Kings themselves. Like, I mean, these guys are like, it is banger after banger.
You could have just said Glotkin, and I agree with you.
Sure, absolutely.
He is my favorite model, and he was so cool.
Yep.
But I agree with you. It's disgusting, and there's some aspects where I'm like, ugh. But
yeah. This army's disgusting. It's one of the, like, I have a small Nurgle force I never finished painting. I might do it sometime. I keep them around in case I want to paint them for a video or something. They're really fun to paint, but man, it's gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, some of these models I legitimately can't paint because they like hit my tryptophobia and stuff. Okay. So, but they're really good. Even though they're not for me, they're ice cold on models. There you go.
There's no question. No
argument. Oh my God, yes, thank you. The Brutal Burrito said the snail. Yeah, what's his name on the snail? The gardener.
Yeah, the gardener, yeah.
Yeah. Like, again, just bangers all the way down. I mean, this army's models are like Creedence Clearwater Revival between October 1968 and like July 1970. Which, by the way, is when every single Creedence Clearwater song was released over that 18-month period. They released 20 bangers in a 18-month period. It is unreasonable. It's the greatest output in the history of music. At any rate, that's who they are. So, okay, let's do story. I mean, at minimum, cool. Probably pushing into Ice Cold. These guys have been involved in a lot of stuff and had some really cool moments in the story.
We wouldn't have Alariel if it wasn't for Nurgle.
That's
right. We wouldn't have seen the fall of Altdorf back in the end times if it wasn't for Nurgle.
I was going to quote the same thing. That was a super cool scene.
Yep. We would not have a cool Stormcast hero if it wasn't for Nurgle. We wouldn't
Yep.
have a big protagonist in the greatest animation series Warhammer keeps doing. With I'm drawing a blank on her name though. Sadly,
Black Talon,
it's
Knave
not
Black
the
Talon.
yeah, Knave, because Nurgle's a big aspect in there. Nurgle's just scary. It's
Yeah.
a good everything, and Nurgle can do nothing and still be scary. Like, oh, Nurgle's over there. Well, let's not go there. That sounds awful.
Right.
Like, it's a presence. It's an ever presence that could always be there.
Absolutely. And then gameplay, this is where they fall down a little. So I think we got 2 ice colds so far. I really do. I think
Yeah, I
gameplay
agree.
is where
I
they
agree.
fall down. This army's always been kind of a slog to both play and to play against. It's kind of a slow attrition army, which I mean, like makes sense narratively, okay? But that
But
still
it
doesn't make
doesn't
it
work
fun to
well on
play
the
against.
table.
Yeah.
I want to just call out one reason why I think the gameplay is probably in no chill. Well, I can give two. One, I don't like the whole after the plague disease things is thematic, but it's a pain to deal with.
Right.
Let's be real. And secondly, Glockkin, probably my favorite model. I'm just going to read the first stat here of move 6 and end my case.
Sure. Sure.
What are you doing with him? He's sitting there in the back doing nothing? All right, great, cool.
This
He's got his
is
home field
walking
objective.
tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rate that as cool. But nonetheless, even with that one, I'm still saying they're mostly an ice cold, right? The gameplay drags them down, but
Yeah.
models and aesthetics, big winners there. I'm saying ice cold with
Yep.
just a toe into cool.
Yep, I agree. I'll be fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And by the way, everybody, if you haven't realized, me and Vince do like Warhammer. Cool's gonna be the biggest section of this.
Yeah,
whole...
yeah. There's not a lot of stuff. It's more about kind of, yeah, you spread them around, you just see where they end up. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's tackle one of the, let's swing back around by orders way. And let's tackle one of the oldest in the game / oldest in the story itself, and that is the Seraphon. The old ones, as they were, or servants of therein. Okay, Seraphon. Let's start with models. I mean,
high level cool at least, and this is someone who just painted a old Lizardman army.
Yeah.
They don't look the best, but they were fun to paint. The new ones are phenomenal.
Exactly. I mean, this is ice cold, right? Like, this is dinosaurs on dinosaurs. Agrodon Lancers, the various Stegodon things. The Carnosaur is amazing. Lord Croak is
Chameleon
incredible.
Skinks
The
look so
regular
good.
fat frog. Yeah, like what here isn't ice cold? Like, I'm sure there's some crappy sculpts in there. Maybe regular
the
Saurus
terrain
are like
feature.
kind of yeah, sure.
I say the terrain feature. That's it.
Right.
Only if you don't include the vines. Put the vines on, we're back in.
I totally did it the side without the vines, but I was like, I'm not painting all those.
That's fair too.
You could turn it around, because like you can assemble it either way.
Yeah.
I was like, side without the vines for me. Nope, none of that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just ice cold on the models.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs on dinosaurs. It's amazing. Okay. So aesthetics, big winners there. Just like as a side note, like the reason I said aesthetics and not models, I keep saying models, but in the thing on the previous slide, I did say aesthetics. Because like if you look at how they're portrayed in the art as well, which is like ancillary, but something I think about, it sets a lot of how like I picture things in my head. These guys always look amazing in art, right?
Yeah, it's I would never want to face that ever in real life.
Yeah.
That's Jurassic Park times 10.
Yep. Yep.
But good Jurassic Park, not the new weird Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, we're talking
genetics, not genetics, just real Jurassic.
Just like actual Jurassic Park. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Story. How you feeling? I've got a vote, but I want to know how you're voting.
So I'm gonna list a few things and give you where I'm at with it. One, the fact that they'd never technically died. They just left. Big win. They were spaceships all along. Great. Love it. The fact that they still maintain the exact story beat from what they were in the past, which is the old one's plan. Fantastic. The fact that they came back to Age of Sigmar setting and they were essentially lightning demons being remembered by the Slann, and then he remembered so good some of them remembered so good that they just started making spawn pools again.
Yep.
Great. The fact that they shot down a silver tower
Uh-huh.
is
Uh-huh.
amazing. And the fact that Lord Croak, the oldest the oldest being, let's say,
Yeah, the oldest,
in the
like yeah,
entire,
he's not really alive, but yes, he's like the
yeah,
oldest being outside of the gods themselves, right? Like the chaos gods.
he is so old and everyone's so comfortable around him that they open up to them about their personal love lives with Alariel.
That's what I was gonna
I'm
say.
sorry. It is like ice cold. This is ice cold.
Absolutely.
There's
Lord
cold-blooded
Croak,
for a reason.
yeah, master therapist. Okay. Like
Yeah.
he's like, look, it's gonna be all right. Just maybe take a tissue. It's fine. We can talk about it. This
Oh,
dude rules.
yeah.
He's driving a spaceship around. Battletoad Gothic win, you cowards. Okay. Ice cold.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Yeah, you can't forget about Battletoad Gothic. Absolutely.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. So right there, bing bang. And then gameplay. Honestly, this is a fun army to play. Like it's
Yeah.
varied a lot in
It's
how
cool.
it plays over time. It's had areas of like really high complexity where it got annoying to play. But for the most
Sure.
part, this has always had like some fun variations on it. Yes, it's had some toxic stuff. It's had croaknados and it's had skink swarms and stuff like that, right? That's all fair. Okay, that those were
Yeah.
like low points. But like looking over at the course of this army, it's generally been pretty cool gameplay, oftentimes having a lot of different fun things going on.
I mean, back to what it is. Like, I love the magic. I love the playing with it and how it interacts. Like, it can be frustrating to play against, but it also is always satisfying whenever you're playing against it and doing well against it. But even if you are not playing well and things are going poorly, you still have a dinosaur on a dinosaur, and that's
That's right.
cool.
That's right. So I think what we're saying here is Seraphon are our first official completely
Full ice cold.
ice cold. That's right. Okay. They are super cool. All right. Next up, Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Let's swing back by Death's direction here. Okay.
Okay.
So, general aesthetic.
No chill.
No chill.
Sorry.
I think it's so terrible. No.
Yeah.
Look, Catacross. We've got to say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Catacross looks amazing. That diorama is
Yeah.
great. He is a Chad. We don't call him Catacross for nothing. Okay. Like, I get that. But the rest of this faction, woof.
Well, it's so fascinating that he looks very chitinous and the rest look very bone-like. And I get it, it's the bone faction, but man, his aesthetic into the army
I know.
would be so much more exciting and enticing to me.
Yeah. Like, why don't they all look like because they made them to look like the Morghast Archerai instead, right?
Yeah.
And like I just their weird smiling faces. I don't know. It never resonated with me. I gotta rate this a pure no chill. But Hades and Arrested at Waffle
Yeah.
House are both on board for these guys.
Okay.
Okay. They're on board. Archer DT, the Harvester, Stalkers, Immortus Guard. Okay. Okay. You said all the wizards. Archer DT, I can't back you on all those. I really think the Harvester looks dumb as I think the Stalkers look stupid. I think the Immortus Guard looks stupid. I'm sorry. This is just my personal takes on them. If you love them,
Yep.
I'm not trying to yuck your yum. I'm just giving my personal take. But I'll tell you where you brought me back over. That Soul Harvester guy or whatever, the dude with the scythe, the little wizard dude on foot. That
Yeah,
guy
he's pretty
is
good.
He's cool. That guy's
Man,
cool.
he looks so much cooler too when you put him next to the train feature. That's just no chill.
Sure. Oh
To help
god,
help
that terrain
counterbalance it a
feature.
little bit. I
Yeah.
know. I remember being a TO whenever there was no real good way to figure out how to place it. I hated that.
So annoying. Okay. Let's talk story. These guys haven't had a lot of different story, but they've been around. And I gotta say, the balls on this guy. Like, most of the time you experience the army through Catacross because it's a pretty top-down army, right?
Yeah.
And when he's just like, yo, Archeon, what's up? And like calls him back from freeing Slanesh or whatever, just by being so militarily, astute
Efficient, yeah.
at the 8 points, right? And then gets totally
He can't.
housed. But still.
Yeah. It's there's so much nuance with him because he was talked up so big
Yeah, yeah.
and whenever he was released. I think his release was a great thing, just as a story beat. But then to me though, when he came back finally, like the biggest thing he's done is get that foothold in the 8 points, which
Right.
sure you're an undead army, but you're contained. You called out Archeon, great. He's like, all right, I'll deal with this. And now you're afraid of him because you can still feel his blade even though you're in a new dead body.
Yeah, yeah.
That puts him down. Like I'm like, we might be a little bit no chill. Like he's being a little bit of a coward, and like the way he was talked up at the start, and then where he's kind of representing right now, I'm like, like his mouth wrote some checks, his butt can't cash. I feel.
Sure. I agree. By the way, Stuart mentioned, I love the Dawnbringer appearance where they offer to let the Crusaders settle by their wall and not collect a bone tax for the first 100 years. They give out bone
That's
subsidies.
true.
That's fun.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm going to say in the end where they probably settle is at least cool with their story. It's a cool idea.
Yeah,
Like the bone tithe is cool. It's a neat concept, right?
yeah. I think they would move up a lot more. Maybe if they were more of a neutral faction.
I agree. Like I think they sort of get portrayed like the lawful evil faction, right?
Yes.
Where they're very ordered in a very specific way, unlike sort of the chaos that the Flesh Eater courts invite, right? Like that because they're all Looney Tunes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. That's
But they're you can make a deal with these guys, right? They're not they don't just show up and like destroy your whole city because they feel like it, right? Like
yeah. I think you've brought me back to the just being cool. Because
yeah.
I was kind of no chill, I was honest, but I'm more on board with like the general feel of how they're portrayed in the realms and what they do. They don't do a lot, but what they do is not necessarily the worst thing in the world.
Right. Also, just shoving like 5 souls into a person is funny. That was your strategy, right? Like, oh, I can't have my super soldier, so I'm just gonna like one great soul, so I'm just gonna put 5 average ones in there, and it'll all work out. Like that's just a funny.
Put them in a dog. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
So there you go. Okay. So last up then, gameplay. I think gameplay is pretty cool. Like again, I like that they're meant to be a classic like army, right? Multiple people, by the way, are saying the IRS of the Mortal Realms. Yeah, they are kind of the IRS. That's yeah, sure. But like I like that they're meant to play like with the cavalry out in front and then the infantry to hold the line with the monster behind them and a couple catapults behind. And, they're meant to have this aesthetic that's like that looks like a more traditional force, as it were.
Like a
right?
regimental style force, which to be fair, every time I've played them in all the editions, that is how they're played. They are very true to that. So yeah, they're very cool.
Yep. So I think in the end, they probably balance out probably in the middle, right? Like they're probably cool. It's like, yeah, cool. Yeah, probably in the middle. Boop, cool. We'll put them right there. All right. We'll offset them just slightly. Okay.
Yeah, they're not our anchor point. No, they're a little bit off.
No, yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. Who do we got over here? No, we'll leave that one. I can't pick the hot ones for us. I gotta find other things. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll grab this one. We'll go back to Destruction Land. Ogre Maw tribes. We're gonna treat them as a holistic thing here, but we can break out some of the individual stuff. Okay. All right. So aesthetics first.
See, for me, this is the one army ever since I got into Warhammer. I've looked, especially the art. Like I said, we talked about the art before.
Yeah, of course.
The old White Dwarf articles. I have always loved the heavy metal style painting on those. I love the art style of them.
Okay.
To me, the aesthetic overall is no chill. I think they're really, really cool as an aesthetic personally. Even though I've never painted the army because I'm kind of afraid.
I mean, I will say it is one of the one of the more fun sort of paint projects you can do. I can't rate their aesthetics ice cold. I see a lot of you in the chat talking about it.
I said no chill. I meant ice cold. I apologize.
You're okay.
I rate them high. Sorry.
I knew what you were going. I context clues. I got where you were going. A lot of the people in the chat are saying the coolest. I can't go that high. Okay, just because they're so like. Look, here's the simple question, everybody. What one army in the game right now needs a redesign and needs a relaunch of figures the most? It's ogres. I don't think that's even contentious. That's not a contentious statement. Okay. And if you're sitting there going, well, we need a redesign, right?
Say Fire Slayers.
Then it then like it can't be the one. Like you've got the butcher hanging out, the slaughtermaster, these goofballs, right? That are just terrible. The regular gluttons, as like they're nice, they're cool, but they're just like they're not doing like Nurgle level stuff. Okay, they're not playing on that level. They're just
I think maybe some
old.
of I think some of the problem here too is like my whole association love for them is from the original stuff.
Yeah,
And they have not changed. They have not
that's exactly it.
Sigmarified fully. So like from that perspective, yes, I see your point entirely. From I mean, a lot of us probably that we saw the old stuff, and that's where our love of it has come from.
Yeah,
on the aesthetics. So yeah,
I loved the like gray skinned ones that were on the original books, right there when the first Battle Tome launched in 2006 and stuff like that. But like the ogre infantry, exactly what Quoll just said, right? Like you look at a glutton versus an iron gut, you know, all these things. They're just like they're very samey. There's not like, you know, like they just don't have it. At best, I'll give them cool. I'm sorry, that's like the most I can give them for the models for this.
I'll take a low coal for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, story. All right. Go ahead.
I think that's despite the Everwinter, I think that's where the no chill is going to be because I don't know what they're doing.
Right. I think
I don't know what they're. Yeah.
We've got to basically resort to like theming here, right? Because these guys never like they're one of the few factions without a real named special character running around.
Yeah.
Right. Kragnos does not count, by the way. That dork doesn't belong anywhere. Okay. I'm also not counting his dumb aesthetic against ogres or anybody else in destruction.
Fair.
Now, you know, the Everwinter, them running like being sort of a natural disaster, running around, eating, growing larger and larger, right? That's cool. That's fun. I also like that they're quite mercenary. You know, you mentioned like with the Fire Slayers, again, same thing. I like that there are a bunch of ogres that are just like, yeah, we live in cities now, and they just hang out with other factions.
The interesting things about it is like I like the old map where they show the maw being created by their path, essentially of destruction. That's really cool, but it's also that's a very inefficient way to hold a campaign for any reason in any military instinct. And then we're getting them in cities now. They're like just living there. That's great. So is the Everwinter not real?
Well, I mean, it's like only the beast side that has to deal with it. The regular foot ogres, the guys that move into the city, I assume.
I guess. Yeah. I'm just like, is it all made up in your head? Like, you know, or
yeah, I mean, yes. Certainly. Yeah, I mean, my issue with these guys is they're never going to get to Ice Cold with their story because like they've got some cool stuff going on. But again, they just like they don't have the thing that's going to take them over the edge, right?
Right. And to be honest, I think that's also strength for them too.
Sure.
Not everything can be the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of read into them what you want.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, gameplay. Okay, now gameplay. This is gonna be the first one. Their gameplay is ice cold. I love it. A, B, C, always be charging. This is cool. Yep. It's a cool army to play against. Wall of meat, buff them up, send them in, rip your boys apart. Like these guys are like they're ice cold. I love like their play style is so Warhammer, right?
Yeah, it's what you want to do. Like I was talking about this on my show, but my biggest gripe right now from Sigmar to Old World is Old World. Everything about it, go kill. I'm like, it's a war game. Sure. I want to go kill things. Sigmar doesn't seem to be about no kill, but they go kill.
Yes.
Like you're across, you're down the hall and to the left. Yeah, I'll be right there. Give me one turn. All right, roll 2 dice. All right, I'm in. Like it's great. Right. It's wonderful.
Yep. So I think the sum on them is let's put them up here. Like I think they're the kind of upper section of cool. I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Very good. Sylvaneth. Let's talk about tree people.
Ooh. Okay.
Aesthetic.
All right.
Forgetting
Man.
dryads exist, these guys are ice cold.
Okay,
I'm willing
that's
to
where I'm
forgive
like,
one unit.
okay, if we can forgive dryads, yes, 100%. Everything else, Kurnoth, Drycha, Alariel, dear
Yep.
God, just name any unit that's new from Sigmar's launch with this stuff in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got Kurnoth as Treeman in my old world army because it's cooler than
Sure.
anything else. So yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Even the treatment themselves, like Spirit of Durthu
Durthu,
is like
yeah.
so cool and amazing. Like all the big treatment models are fun. I built this army solely. I looked at the aesthetic when it got re-released, and I was like, well, I'm buying that. And I went out and got it all the first day it released, and then just like happily painted the whole thing. Had a great time doing it, and loved it.
Yep, 100%.
It's a beautiful
And
army.
well, it's an easy army too. Mine was originally an autumn theme. I got bored with it. Boom, cherry blossoms, spring. We're back in. Took a
Yep.
day. I feel like I have a brand new army.
Absolutely. And like for the most part, they've only released more models that I like. Like the Lady of Vines is cool, you know, some of the additional
Yep.
models that have come out. So I just think aesthetics, and again, like in the art, these guys generally have like really great art and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I just think from an aesthetic perspective, they are ice freaking cold, baby.
Yep.
All right. Story.
Man, Alariel is doing a lot of work here.
Heavy lifting, but when
Yes.
you're the god of your faction, this is what the ogres get dragged down, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't
Other-
have that character that like gets to show up all over the place, do a ton of things.
Well, I mean, I have talked. First of all, Alariel can carry it all. Like, look at those legs. She squats. But
100%.
I've talked so many times about how great it is to see Alariel's story from being not the Ever Queen to being forced into it, growing up, being a scared child, reliant to what she is now, which is completely different and evolved as a character. She's not the same character as we knew her from the very
Yep.
first time we met her. And that alone is huge. Even to the point where, sure, she misses, Kurnoth and all that stuff. That's great, and that's a throwback because she's blended with the old, Ariel and all that sort of stuff. But she also knows she can't be everywhere, and she needs to be kind of where she needs to be. So that's why she has so many, literally hands that she cut off and put out there.
Yep.
Her story is good. They're almost always involved. There's always trees in all the realms, and they're always doing stuff. Even that stuff is, hey, these goblins got too close, and the Sylvaneth just killed them because we need to kill these goblins real quick. So they're always doing good stuff.
I agree with that, but you can go down further. I do think you can go down further. So Drycha. Drycha is great. I love how she's like a foil to Alariel and her ally all at the same time, right?
True.
What's his name? Wild Hunt guy on his beetle. I can't think of his stupid name. The like Kurnoth hero. Belthanos. Yeah. There it is. Sorry, I couldn't summon his name. Belthanos rules. His thing in like Dawnbringers was super fun. Like when he just shows up on the Wild Hunt and he's like, yeah, let's go. And he's just like running in, killing stuff, and then he's just out. He's like, oh, sorry, the hunt goes on. You know, we're done here, right?
And not to mention that this is orcs don't really grab other people that aren't orcs into their stuff. Death, sure, they'll grab people into their stuff, but if you're human, you're an elf. You're gonna join that wild hunt if you hear that beat going. Like,
Absolutely,
that's literally in the lore. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Like they don't care if this is just what you do now. You're part of this. You're growing antlers, and you're gonna be running around with us. They are, like you said, all the foils. They're a nuisance to the enemy as well as their allies.
Exactly.
Because they're literally nature. They're just the force of nature you cannot stop.
Yep. Absolutely. So like again, ice cold story, right? Like we can't. What else can you say? They're just banging on all cylinders. Okay.
Yep.
Gameplay. This is where they get hurt a little. One, you have to put out stupid trees, and that sucks and is annoying and has always been the worst part of playing this army. Two, for a lot of their time, they played with like a weird autopilot strat where it was just like you did a set of things and basically like you rolled dice for nothing and then things happened. That's not the case anymore, obviously. Now but they've always been like just a weird army to play against, which is what you would expect as like an ambush force. But you can't rate these guys. I mean, like at best, it's like low tier cool for play, right?
I mean, that's at best. It's you look at them like, man, you should be a hit and run army or the hit army, but like the problem is they won't make Belthanos what maybe we want him to be because we have Daughters of Cain.
Sure.
We have ogres that run in. It's why do we need that again? But yeah, if they could really nail down the hit and run tactics with this, it would be a little bit more exciting and mix up the meta, I think, a little bit more.
Sure.
Um, Instead of just targeted surgical, I need to delete this, I need to delete this, and try not to die along the way.
Right.
I don't know. I'd say even split between cool and no chill, maybe.
I agree.
For that specific, just the rules. I mean,
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. All right, so where do they come out in the end? We got 2 ice colds and like a low cool. I think that probably puts them like low ice cold, right?
yeah, they're more. They're definitely firmly nice cold, but yeah, they're not doing as much as we want. Ilariel's almost there.
Right.
She can almost carry it all herself, but not quite.
You know, she's got that. She's doing the legwork. She can get there. All right. Very good. Next up, Soulblight Gravelords. Okay. Okay. Let's start with aesthetic.
All right.
Holy shnikes. I mean, ice cold aesthetic, right? Like the vampires. Yes, there's some silly things sometimes. Like the bats in the hair
Sure.
lady. Okay, but we'll forgive that. Okay. Like,
is this the whole range refreshed on this now officially?
I think at
right?
this point,
There's nothing old.
God, what's still? I think so. Yeah.
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 At least,
Yeah. New zombies, new base skeletons, new graveguard. Yeah, everything is new now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
New, even the
Yeah,
bats.
okay,
I was trying to think about like, is everything done? Oh, nope. Hold on. Nope. I just remembered. There's one still hiding out. The corpse cart.
Oh, and corpse cart. Oh man. Oh well. Hey, we can forgive that.
Again, we'll always forgive one unit. That's fine. You always got one. Like, yeah, these guys are ice cold though. Like across the line. Just like look at this art. That picture of the vampire like on that cover, right? That was just like such a banger. Okay.
Yeah.
Um
Not to mention, like, vampires are supposed to be cool characters, and they keep giving us cool vampire characters.
Yeah.
Not,
People
not
also mentioned what else? Oh yeah,
on.
the like Vargeist or Vargulfs or whatever they are. Yeah, they're old, and so is the
sure.
base necromancer. Yes, good catch.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, there's
Well,
plenty of
sure.
alternative necromancers that have been made, right? But the one that they tend to use is still that old guy. Although he's not a bad thing at all.
No, he comes with the corpse card, doesn't he?
No, there's like a version of him that's on the corpse card as well. They look quite similar, but it's not the same guy. It's kind of like the Grey Seer that you was standalone versus in the old days, like the one that was standalone versus the one that was on the back of the Screaming Bell. Like they were pretty darn similar, but they weren't exactly the same model, right?
Gotcha.
At any rate, look, they're ice cold. There's some weak points in the range for sure, but man, it's a really good looking army. Okay. Like if you ever get a chance, I know you've seen it, but for others out there, Kit, or he goes by Bleep Bloop on Instagram. Like his Soulblight army is just, incredible. And that, all of the different Mortarks, right? Like every one of them just freaking amazing. So
yeah, it's absolutely top tier. I remember the first time I saw it, I'd never met him yet. I was just staring at the army. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, man, it's unreal. It's so good. Yeah. Okay. So definitely we're in firm ice cold territory on aesthetic. All right. Story. I mean, it's the same ranking, right? Like these guys going back, they have a huge history. Where are you at? Where are you at?
I see. Honestly, this is the one part where the god drags it down for me.
Okay, take me through it.
When they if obviously they have free-ish will, but essentially they're not free will. They're essentially controlled by Nagash ultimately to a certain point. He doesn't necessarily always interfere, but
he can like reach in and sort of grab control whenever he needs to. Yes,
exactly, and kind of force them because he's like, I can just get rid of you because I brought you back mostly.
Mhm.
The fact that he is there and is just a lame character, and the fact that he's the one that's in charge of it just drags it down. When these ones are interacting and fighting amongst themselves and doing cool stuff, or just not being interfered with by Nagash, they're popping off. Then
Yeah.
Gash comes in and is just like, "Hey kids, settle down. I don't like fun. No fun allowed." Sign being pounded in. And it's like, to me, it drags it down to cool, at least a little bit. And like I said, this is the first time where the god's dragging it down for me.
That's fine. In this case, here's what I want to say. I want to make a god exception for the Soulblight Gravelords, and let me see if I can argue this for
Okay.
you. Okay. I'm gonna say Nagash is more like Kragnos than he is like Alariel. Alariel is like wholly of the Sylvaneth, right? Like those are her people. That's her thing. That's
Hmm.
her army. She is part and parcel of that army. It is her children, right?
Right.
Nagash is like the god of death, but writ large, he has a footprint into all of the death armies, right?
Hmm.
And he's not like specifically part of Soulblight. Heck, if
True.
anything, he looks more like he belongs in OBR than he does in anything else. I mean, that's not, I understand that's not actually his army, but like they're the ones that look
Right.
the most based on him. Um,
Sure.
so
I
like,
probably what's bringing it on me is the fact that he interferes with this one more than the other ones. I
I
feel
get you.
so that's
I
why
get
that
you.
maybe that's there. But I understand. I could go with a little God forgiveness on this one
Yep.
because he's just
S-
that lame.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty lame. I agree. Like all he ever does is get housed every time. And like somebody said they won't let him be cool. I mean, like, yeah, sure. There, oh, Stu said it. Yeah, Nagash is lame because GW won't let him be
Hmm.
cool. I mean, be
He's
that as
cool in
it
the end
may,
times. That was it.
I can only deal with the story as it exists. And it's this guy getting punked constantly. Okay. But look, that to the side. Because again, I like Nagash is Nagash. He's kind of his own thing. You look at like uh the actual Mortarks that are part of this faction, right? And that
Hmm.
kind of thing. Their general vibe and story, like Lady Sekakar or whatever, like who I mentioned earlier, like the way that they
Yeah.
plot and scheme and stuff like that. I love the interaction of these, of like the Mortarks and the leaders of Soulblight. They're so
Hmm. Yep.
conniving and like dangerous and jerks all at the same time. It's like Real Housewives type of stuff, right? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
cool, but it's entertaining. How about that?
Yeah. Exactly. There's drama involved in this family.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Oh yes, of course. Good old Chattakar the Beast. Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
Um
can't go wrong with him.
Cato Echezar. Oh, of course. Good old Cato. Yeah, his story is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Just some dude with the super chat. Hey, speaking of cool, I'm sure not 80-degree nights with 85% humidity with no working AC. Shout out Midwest with the best weather. Yeah. Oh boy. That is rough, man. Rough. Like
That's rough. Yeah.
I'm in the Midwest and it's been very nice, but I also have my AC working, so it's easy to escape. I like it
Yes.
when I can go outside for a controlled amount of time and then come back in. Um, so at any rate, I'm gonna say like at minimum they've got to be again if you take the Nagash of it all out of it, I feel like they're pretty ice cold with the story, even if it's lower end of it.
Yeah, if you take Nagash out, like I said, Nagash, I don't think will drag it out ever, but like that's where he's dragging it down. But I'm not going to argue that we're primarily nice cold for that
Right.
bit of it.
Okay. Gameplay. No chill. These guys refuse
Hmm.
to have chill. I hate this army. I hate its gameplay always. In basically every incarnation since AoS started. It's just this like recurrence based nightmare
Hmm.
of and like at various times been more or less killy, right? And it's
Yep.
always just pulling this ridiculous recursion nightmare stuff. It's not the worst, but man, does it not have chill.
I Yeah, I've playing against it. It's an uphill battle. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't win. Um, my fondest memories of the gameplays of these were when I was a TO and I'd walk up to a table and I'd see two of them matched against each other and I go, oh no. You're getting to round 2, and I have to talk through a lot here, like,
Yeah,
can you guys just figure it out? Like, just flip a coin, let's move on with our day.
right. Well, it's the bottom of round 2, and we're 3 hours into the game, and there are 4 dead models on the side of the table, so this is going to be a fun one.
Yep.
We got a real heater here, Bob.
This is the closest draw we've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, that is just the definition of no chill. Hey Marty, how you doing?
Yeah.
Um, yes, Barrow Knights now, but I mean, like, you could go back and just pick your. There's always something that absolutely sucks to play against in this book. It's just like the opposite of fun. Okay.
You know what? You know what was fun? We're gonna go back to Nagash. The old hand of dust. Put it behind you. Do you kill Marathi or not in one go?
That
That
was
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love Hand of Dust. I really do.
Yeah.
So all in all, I gotta say, I think they're probably mostly in cool, but I gotta give them at
Yep.
least a firm push up into ice cold. The models
Yeah.
and the aesthetics are there, but the gameplay drags them down a lot. But I'm there. I'm there with it. They've got a healthy percentage in ice cold. Okay.
I think you could ask anybody that likes Age of Sigmar and say, "Hey, if you had to start a Soulblight army, who's your leader?" And we all have one. Like mine's Lakovaz. We're all gonna have a favorite,
Yeah,
even
sure,
though we don't play
absolutely.
that faction.
100%. I agree. Yep. Chase says 4 models out of 200, and that's just player 1. Yeah, exactly. Sounds about right. Okay, who we doing next? Let's grab these dorks. All right. Okay. Idneth Deepkin. IDK.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I mean, let's just aesthetic. Let's just put that right up in ice cold.
Absolutely. The aesthetic, it's ice
Yeah.
cold. The sharks, the eels, the colors, the fishies. I mean, it's great. The dude on the cover of this book that I'm using here, because I still like, I kept all the, I refuse to switch my book covers, by the way, to like these new crappy covers.
Yes, agree.
Like, I want
Oh, I
the
love
good
it.
art, so I just won't update the book.
Reject modernity, embrace tradition from
Yeah, exactly.
3
Like,
years
no, I
ago.
want this good art. Yeah. I
Was
mean, it's
this
ice
also
cold.
the first? Yes, was this the first army that we're just like, this is all Sigmar?
Oh, totally. This
Like
is
this
like,
wasn't. Yeah, like
no,
I'm
this is the
like
second army that was like that. The first one was
second.
KO,
Okay,
which we'll talk about in a minute.
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because like Fire Slayers and Stormcast, they weren't full Sigmar in my mind as aesthetics. So, but anyway,
Right.
yeah,
Okay. We all agree. I mean, again, their new manifestation wave thing, the giant eidolons of the sea and the aspects of the sea and storm. Like, I mean, just
that
top to
new
bottom.
caster, the new
Yes.
caster, it's just amazing.
Yes. So just like, okay,
Wotan.
we all get it. We could just sit here and rain praise on them all day, but it's cooler than being cool. It's ice cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Story. All right. Where are you living on this one?
Mm, so, I mean, I feel low end of cool on this one, pretty
Okay.
solidly though. They do neat things. There's like every time when there was good vignettes in the battle tomes,
Yeah.
they were always interesting when Ideneth would pop up. They were always a nice protagonist to the or antagonist to the protagonist while still being
Yeah.
protagonists themselves. Like they have their goals, and I get that. Um, However, it's so easy to like their order. I get that too, and I love the whole references back to the failed original creations
Yeah. They've
of
got the
Teclis, and he tried to kill them.
cool
Like
origin
they got
story.
history.
Right. Yeah.
Um, it's just it's they don't do a whole lot, even though they have
Yeah.
a cool character. They exist. I mean, they get beat up by Gotrek. I mean, I guess they help. I got the artwork right here. They helped you know, Marathi get the apotheosis complete by
Yeah,
attacking
sure.
her.
They did.
We'll give them that. We'll give them benefit of that. But yeah, I mean, solidly cool, low to middle
Yeah, I
on
agree.
that.
Probably low to middle cool. Like there's neat stuff. The Forgotten Nightmares thing, which has kind of been moved out of the rules, unfortunately, was like always a cool thing that like people forget they're there. The like soul stealing is a neat aspect for for an order faction to have, right? Where they're forced to be
Yeah.
antagonistic towards the rest of order. Um the whole like uh when we had, like I think, when Dino was on the show, he kind of talked about some of the story, and he gave some cool internal story notes about like where
Oh yeah.
the different things come from, like the eidolons and how they get summoned and all of that. Like it's you know
I, if you ever want to know a lot more about that specifically, the Gotrek book where he's against the Ideneth, there
Yeah,
was a lot of detail on what that whole structure is and how it works. It's very it really like I went, oh, I didn't realize it was that in depth.
right. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of cool aspects, but I'm just saying, cool. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Like,
cool.
it's neat stuff, but again, they don't have those things like we were talking about with Alariel or with Croak or Nurgle that are bringing them up there, right? They don't have those like super
Right.
cool individual stories. They've got some cool stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gameplay. Uh like my first problem is these guys have been spam kings since like the beginning. I don't fault them for that. That's bad rules writing, but it's the reality of the
Right.
gameplay.
Well, it's they were the epitome of, hey, it's turn 3, let's see if I win or lose. That
Yeah.
was where it
Terrible
drags it
play
down for me.
experience.
Yeah, it was not fun to play against. It wasn't fun to play because we all know what we're going to do, and let's see if I get it or not.
Right. Yep. I think honestly, these guys have been pretty like as a pilot of them, they had such a high skill floor. Really high skill ceiling. Okay.
Mhm.
But they're just hard to pilot. Like it's hard for someone to pick up this army and run it well. A lot of their history they've been very spammy, right?
Yeah.
You've got the whole turn 3 thing up until basically the most recent book.
Yeah.
Or when they changed. So, you know, it's those are all like big hits against them. I think they're basically in no
Yeah.
chill or like the top of no chill, bottom of cool with their playstyle at best.
Right. And on top of that, like we have a couple cool characters, like the Mathlin of the Sea. Like it's not a named character. It's named, but you know what I mean. It's not a
Sure, sure.
true, I guess, separate character. We have
Lotan, I think we all know
Lotan.
the true hero, the hero we needed.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We have Alternus, but they don't do enough. You know,
Right.
like they don't interact with the gameplay enough to make it exciting. I guess that Lotan does now. Like he's stepping up. He's kind of becoming useful. He's not, but you know, not everything needs to be a hammer. And this
Yeah,
army
yeah.
feels like nothing but a hammer.
That's right.
But less hammers, more nails mixed in will be fun.
That's right. I think in the end they probably land in the middle of cool, right? Like that's just where it all
Yeah.
evens out to. Kind of in the mix here. We go from the highest highs to pretty low lows. They end up just like, pretty like
I know.
slightly above the middle of cool. Like just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
All right.
they get along with Daughter's Kane. We'll give it that.
Sure. All right. Disciples of Zinch. Boy, do I feel like the aesthetic is going to cause a real issue to discuss here because like either you think this aesthetic is amazing or you think it is absolutely dumb. This has such a Marmite aesthetic, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and say the Disciples of Zinch are no chill. I think the army, even though I like Zinch and I like the army, I just think the aesthetic's mostly dumb. You got a bunch of bubblegum demons. They all look dumb. Zinch demons have always looked dumb. The only thing that stands out to me is some of the Zangor stuff.
I would say what helps me want to at least grasp on by a thread into cool with this aesthetic aspect is whenever you get the mortals mixed in. Like the Curseling.
I don't know. Even the
Cursling
Cursling I find pretty underwhelming. If you would have thrown the Changeling at me, I think that dude's a hoss. Like, I think he looks cool. Mr. Floaty, Three Arms or whatever. I think that guy is pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, the Zangor don't do anything for me. The Keepers, or not Keepers, the big birds, I don't know.
Yeah, the chickens, your mega chickens. You're Lord of Change.
Keeper,
yes.
Yeah, Lord of Change. They're cool, but they don't, to be fair, honestly, they feel a little dated. Like, right now. Like, and even in the art, like, it shows it, like, it doesn't look particularly great. So, like I said, like, to me, the mortals kind of help hanging on, but also they need to kind of put out new custom mortals, I feel, to make it more exciting. So,
yeah, like the Arcanites are fine. Zangor are oftentimes kind of dumb looking. Like there's a bunch of dumb Zangor mixed in there. Skyfires look pretty good. I like the Disc Riders. That's fine. But like you've got
cool.
Flamers, Exalted Flamers, the Flamer Chariots. All of that stuff looks so stupid. Like that is all
would
no
have been
chill
exciting
stuff.
if they would have kept a more traditional, like, Chaos Warrior aesthetic for the mortals. I think
Sure.
that'd been more exciting because the God of Change didn't change would have been a really fun twist
Sure. Sure.
aesthetically. But regardless, yeah. I said I'm talking like when I'm putting you in cool, I'm like it's one finger they're holding on by at most for me. So I'm
I
not gonna
I
out argue this one.
I can accept that. All right. Then we've got story. Okay. This stupid bird. Behind everything, responsible for nothing. Like behind everything, responsible for some things, achieves nothing. That's how I would summarize Zinch in the Mortal Realm so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's not cool? Everything Zinch does. And like the way he gets portrayed in the story. Like, oh, but it was me the whole time. Yeah, shut up, dude. Shut up. Your
So
plan was to have
hey,
us build a big city and be successful and industrious, and then you like what? Over 1,000 years slowly work in corruption? I mean, like, okay, I guess, man. I guess.
we lost.
Like,
The most interesting characters in the whole Tzeentch setting are the Gaunt Summoners, and they're not with they're with Archeon because he controls them now. So I can't even mentally put them in this army, even though that's where
right,
they are.
right. Like, this dude is,
Oh.
yes, thank you. Everybody said Hades, just as planned, the army. Yeah. It's just like, He-Man. Yeah, Skeletor, the army, right? Yeah, it's just, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
they had Galmaraz once, and they couldn't keep it a secret,
Right. Yes.
and they lost it.
Kelly says, but Vince, you've only seen up to step 784 of his 9,000 part plan. Yeah, exactly. You know
Yep.
who's cool? And like, you know what this story done right is? Okay. What they want to be is Doctor Doom. That's what Zinch wants to be.
Yeah.
Zinch wants to be Doctor Doom, right? Doctor Doom always has a million plans. He has schemes on schemes on schemes. He's brilliant beyond measure. The best explanation I've heard is in a world of 1 to 10s, Doctor Doom is an 11, but his downfall is he thinks he's a 12. Okay?
Sure.
That's what Zinch wants to be. But it never works like that.
But he's just Reed Richards.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
no one cares.
Yes.
I can stretch. Yeah, shut up. Your wife does all the work. All right.
You're not wrong. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's no chill. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Gameplay, unless you're Caleb Walters.
Yeah. Garbage. This
Yeah,
army has always been terrible to play and to play against, right? Like, it's a kill box army. You would stand away from it, and if you could stand more than 18 inches away and kill it or get at it quickly and then be out, it's like great. They die, and if not, then you just get obliterated by weird fire. And okay, great, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
No chill.
We have our
hey, if you like
first
the color
official
blue.
Sure. To me, this is the first official no chill army. It's one of the least cool armies there is. And by the way, as proof of this aesthetic being no interest, okay, Caleb, one of the best Zinch players in the country and who loves Zinch to just the heavens and back, right?
Yep.
He remodded the entire army.
Oh, in such beautiful fashion too.
Yeah, he did a great job. It's all custom. It's beautiful. It's all like, Santa Claus themes. He's giving gifts and stuff. Like, it's great. His army's wonderful. But like, that's the point. He had to redo the whole aesthetic, right?
Yep.
So there you go. Okay. Great. Night Hunt. Okay. Tough one, right?
I mean, Lady O's pretty good, but
yeah.
That's about it for me.
Sure.
On aesthetics.
Some of the ghosts, on aesthetics, like some of the ghosts are pretty cool. The new Black Coach is pretty cool.
New Black Coach doesn't do anything for me, honestly.
All right.
I think it's over designed as far as. Wish it wasn't as big.
Sure, it is ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
Like Dread Scythe Harridans, I think they look pretty nice.
Yeah.
Too many of the normal ghosts all just look like the same. You know what I mean? Like Bladegeist Reapers or whatever they're called, and whatever the like 3 main ghost options are that they keep rotating between of which one's the broken one,
Yeah.
is just like, they all look the same. That's the problem. It's like, yep. David Canty said to get hanging the laundry out.
Yes. That's a Blood Bowl model. It's a ghost, but it's just a sheet on a clothesline, but you
Yeah,
can play it.
exactly. Woo. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
Listen, the best aesthetic of this whole army is Lady O's art every time.
yeah, I mean,
The
Lady
best
O
art.
is so good. Like, I can't take that away from her. Also, like,
No, yeah.
some of the other characters are really great. Ulrak the Drowner looks really cool. What's his name? Guy on the ghost horse with the candles he
Oh,
snuffs out.
begins with
Reignor.
an R. Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
Reignor the Grimhauler. Yeah, like that dude's
Yeah.
cool. Like they have a lot of cool looking characters, right? Because
Mhm.
those sort of get the aesthetic love. Most of this army though just feels like speed paint fodder, right?
I mean, I've painted a 2,000 point Night Hunt army in 12 hours.
Yeah, sure.
It's easy.
100%.
It's I mean,
Oh,
I
thank
think
you,
as long as you
Arrested
just
Waffle House. The Executioner. The Executioner dude, that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
sweet
Yeah.
model.
But the rest of it every time I've played it, I know the characters. They are
Right.
standoutish. You are right about that. But you can tell me 1,000 times what all this stuff is. I'm like, that's fine. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to remember their names. I just know that I'm going to say AP or Rend, and you're going to say, cool, I ignore that. I'm like, all right, well,
Yep.
your 6 wound model, your
Oh, and
4
we'll
wound
get
model,
there
your
in a
2 wound
minute.
model.
We'll get there in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean aesthetics for me is going to probably land in cool. They've got some characters that are like individual characters that if we were doing this for like who's the coolest individual model, that would be in contention, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
as a whole
But
army,
cool.
it's fine.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, not bad. Just cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh story. Okay. I'm saying I'm just gonna flat out say it. It's cool. It's fine. They've had some fun
Yeah.
stories. Most of them revolve around Lady O.
It's all, yeah.
It's
The whole Bellacore Lady O thing was very interesting.
yep.
I do like that Nagash doesn't seem to bother her at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the people that are Night Hunt are souls that are just twisted mockeries of their punishment and what they did in life. And Nagash feels that's good enough, and he just lets them go. So, plus, also, I feel like Night Hunt is probably one of those things that just naturally form. They almost feel like more nature-ish, just being a spirit. So,
Yeah, they
yeah,
had
they're
a
cool.
fun I liked kind of their fun story that was happening at the beginning of the 2.0 launch, like when they were the sort of central antagonists. They had some fun elements there. Again, nothing too amazing. They're not doing anything that's like really incredible. It's just kind of cool.
It's Oh, so there is something that's going to be wasted. And I'm going to reference this with the other side of this coin too when we get there. When the Night Haunt were swarming up into the sky to attack Teclis, and he turned them all back to life, and they fell to their death.
Yeah.
That story beat. Not that it's not cool for them, obviously.
Yeah,
That would
but
be like, oh,
that's a
but
point in
it's
Teclis's favor for coolness. That's a cool way to kill your
right,
enemy.
right. It is, but I want to say though, like Teclis isn't a god of life, and he
Sure.
was able to do that. So there's potential story in this army for one coming back to life and going, what the heck's going on?
Right.
Like, there's a lot of coolness with that little moment of like GW's been doing this a lot with Sigmar. They write this cool thing and they don't think about the potential consequences and how you can make that a very cool story beat. So,
Right.
point in their favor on that at least.
Yep. G. Well says Night Haunt started out as the big bad and ended as the annoying neighbor who won't mow their lawn. Yes. Uh, I also, yeah, like Arrested Waffle said they're kind of purpose built to be an NPC faction. Yes. Although Kelly's comment, the Night
Yeah.
Haunt outlived the Sacrosanct Chamber. Story winners.
Oh, that's
Got him.
amazing.
Got him. And then gameplay. I mean, this is no chill. This army
Yeah.
has been an absolute nightmare to play against or to play because either it was overtuned to where it was just like a just some of the worst play experiences you could have against it,
Hmm.
or it was so underpowered that you as the Night Haunt player just felt like you were like just picking up your toys, right? And that's it. And you're like, what am
Yeah.
I supposed to do here? I don't even understand.
Yeah,
I just get rolled every
they're
game.
they're stuck on that one lever to keep pulling it. It's like maybe you just stop touching that lever because that lever's not working in the nuance of the rule set, and find a
Right.
different lever to pull for them to make them unique and fun.
Yep. Yep. So, I mean, it's just rough. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. Imagine paying
cool.
points for rent. How foolish. Imagine. So in the end, I'm saying they're down here at like
They're
the
cool.
bottom of cool with a toe into into no chill.
Yep, fair.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's grab the Cities of Sigmar. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Models. Aesthetic.
I apologize. Models in the stack. I just want to. Do we include the Dark Elves and the Dwarden?
Yes.
The Possessed. We include them
Absolutely.
now. Okay, I just want to make sure that where the mindset was at with that. Gotcha.
100%. It's all cities.
It's all cities. For me, outside of one model, this is ice cold.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you love this whole,
Yeah.
you love the whole shooting match.
I love everything about it. I love. Listen, we all wish we had the cosmopolitan units. We don't have that. We have to just
Sure.
accept that or kit bash it ourselves. But I love the new basic humans. I love that they are their own thing. They don't look like old Empire. They look like their own thing with their style of helmets and gear and all that. So the humans are great. I love my Dark Elf model, so that's just an automatic win. And I do love old models, so it's all around very good. And beyond that, the best thing about the aesthetic, and this will tie into the story too, since there's so many different cities and different settings. Like I did a living city army, and it's all green, and I used wood elves for my dark elves because it fit better.
Yeah, sure.
But you can aesthetically make this army any way you want, and it will look good because they just the humans just take to they take to any paint scheme. Like we'll go look at like Notley's work on like when he did it. Like he paints every model individual colors just to show it off, and like they all look great.
Yep. Real quick here.
For dead priest lady. I don't know.
Oh, Sinestro or whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a whole bit of I don't like her.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. G Well said, sorry, I missed the part where the Gloom Spike gets. Why are they lower end of cool again? Too many shroom jokes. I missed that part of the video. They gameplay, like they just didn't have anything that would drag them up higher is really what it came down to. They suffered from being like the fodder of the fodder faction, right? So there you go. It's like they never get to be like the cool faction. They always get to be the whipping boy effectively. So, okay, cities, I got to agree. Like I think a lot of the old dark elf and dwarf models still are great. Now, like, do I think the Charybdis or Hydra is good? No. Do I think the Executioners are good? Yes. Do I think the like Dark Elf Sorceress is good? Yeah, I think she's like a super classic model.
Well, she's my favorite model of all time.
Yeah,
and I always have one. It's right here. It's my breaking case of need to do something. I've kit bashed her into so many armies. It's the best kit they've ever released because it's so open and perfect.
Absolutely. Sorry. Many of those dwarves are still good. And like still hold up. Absolutely. And I'm not a dwarf lover. I am a known dwarf hater. Okay. And yet I still think that a lot of like the dwarven models stand out as good. Steam tanks, freaking rule. Let's not forget steam tanks. Okay. And
yeah, that's true.
And then all of the new humans, right? Like I think again, we've got flagellants dragging them down. I think flagellants are kind of stupid looking and like 1,000,000 years old. But the ogre marksman guy, the steel helms, the new quick cavalry riders, the awesome like lord on his horse with the horse is like hair sweeping. You know what I'm talking about? Like the lord,
the general, the general on horse. Yeah. It's like I said,
Talia Vedra,
complete ice cold.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So ice cold.
Yeah, we're all agreed ice cold. And I apologize everybody. I might keep mixing up ice cold and no chill. I apologize.
It's all you're doing great.
I'm doing good. I'm sleepy. I'm hanging in there, but I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Story. Ice cold again. These are the central characters of the thing. They're involved in everything. Even though they're morons. Like the whole Dawnbreakers crusade was complete stupidity. right?
Yes.
All the coolest characters come out of the cities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like Callus and Toll and all the stories about like the city leaders and the interfaction. Like if you've done anything in Soulbound, you know how cool all of the like cities are and how different all of the cities are and what's going on there. Like it's great. These guys are
Yeah.
cool.
I would say they are the setting. Let's put it that way. Like it took long enough, but we got this the central point of what is everyday life supposed to be. It's not
Mhm.
Daughters of Cain. All right. It's not really Lumineth. It's not Soulblight. It's these guys and girls.
Right.
They're defending their lands, holding on to these, the seeds of hope we grew into these fortresses, and now they're doing internal politics and all this sort of stuff. So it's, yeah, just all great.
Absolutely.
Not to mention, once our new leader went in and just started killing people, and the Stormcast were like, "Yeah, it's a good idea. Why don't you
Right.
just kill these political leaders that are against you? We'll just let this happen."
Sure. And then finally gameplay. This is probably the one where I can't give them the ice cold. I think that they've kind of been a
Nah,
wreck at various points in time on play, on like either having fun or playing against. It's been very, very rare that they're actually like a completely fun play experience. So
yeah, mid to low end of cool. Like the problem I think it's been with this army, even like this is way back, throw this way back, even when like playtesting was coming up, because we did different styles of the first edition of it was all humans, and then we did all dwarfs, all dark elves, and then the individual players we would play test this, and then I did the one where it was mixed of all three because that's where my mind's like, this is great. It was not great. It was the worst experience.
right.
Thankfully, they made adjustments, but we want this army to be the mix, and it
Yes.
just refuses to mix well, which is like I wish they would just remove the keywords of the different races. Just let it
Yep.
all work, or give a specific bonus, like, oh hey, if a dwarf's your general, everyone has, I don't know, -1 movement, +1 wound. I don't care, just something like make it exciting.
Agreed. Agreed. So all in all, I think they're still pretty strong, right? Because the first two
Mhm.
are good. So
Yeah,
I'm saying they're mostly ice cold with just a little toe down and cool, right?
yeah,
This
yeah,
is a pretty
fair,
cool faction. Okay.
yeah, 100%.
All right. Caradron Overlords. Where are you living? Where let's start with the aesthetic.
Oh my
Sky
gosh,
sky pirate
it is
capitalist dwarf boats.
it is so ice cold. I love them so much.
Okay.
Um, they're there's a few exceptions. I don't like the Bloom Boys.
I knew it. Yeah, I'm like, the only question we have to ask ourselves here is how much do we punish them for the balloons? That's it.
Uh, um, like I said, the boats really bring it up. I love the just the basic infantry, the Argonaut Company. I love them. Um, the Admiral's fantastic. Their characters are mostly good, but the balloons, man, we're lowering on ice cold down. Like I think we're still in ice cold, but like we're not. We're barely floating above that layer
Yeah,
in my mind. Those balloons, I'm just not a fan of.
I agree. This is like, this is a cool faction. Thunderers look cool. The frigates and the
Yeah.
boats and stuff. I can handle the balloons like as the thing that's keeping them aloft, right? Like that's okay. When it's like the backpacks on the little guys, that's where I'm just like,
Why couldn't we have
oh.
Aether jetpacks?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like, yeah, it's I agree. I'm gonna say 50-50 ice cold cool. Okay. There you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Story. I mean, ultra capitalists collecting gold from clouds in their sky cities,
Mhm.
who are obsessed with like law and code and using bureaucracy against each other, but are also like sky pirates who swoop down and like do quick boarding actions and raid. Okay.
Not to mention, so dwarfs. We think of the standard dwarf style of what they are. They
Yep.
fit that need, and they took one thing and twisted it, which is the
Yep.
one of the best things you can do in a narrative to change it up. Just take that one thing that's pivotal to them and just twist it. They don't like their god. Grugny,
Right.
get him out of here. He abandoned us. That's why we're in this guy. That's why we screw this. We don't want him back. And Grugny wants to be back, but no, that is the most exciting thing where they just said like, and I love the story of like, we don't need you. We're not going to rely on you.
Yeah.
Like, just go away. Not to saying he's not doing good work. Grugny's popping up, but the KO are also they're very good at being the Eagles. Like, oh no, I've written
Yeah,
myself
sure.
into a siege I can't get out of. Oh, the KO are here, yay!
Yeah, sure.
It's like they're very useful as a narrative piece too, just for everything. Like they can always show up. They're also the first terrain feature that makes sense. I didn't mind.
Sort of.
I
The
hate
main the main porta potty doesn't move. It's literally a flying thing.
I don't I can forgive that. I hate terrain features. Yeah, I'm with you on this, but at least I can see why it's there. It
Sure.
flew in.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. It has I will grant that to you. It has a reason to be there.
Yes.
It's like the Gnawholes, right? Or the Nurgle trees.
Sure. Yeah.
Or the Sylvaneth woods. Like all of those are organic. Like that is to say they make sense being there. The Skaven tunnel up through them, the Sylvaneth grow them and create woods, and like Nurgle pollutes the world around them and infects it with disease. Those all make sense. When suddenly like a giant pizza oven shows up, you're like, okay, hold on a minute. What's going on here? Right. Yeah.
We're like Fortnite building this in the middle of the action.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. You've got Drakey in the story, and he's pretty cool, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they suffer from not having they suffer from not ever being really the main character. Right?
Yeah. There was a moment in some of the early Gotrek books where they were kind of being uplifted by him, and you're like, something really neat could happen. But then the next book, for whatever reason, like, oh, he got drunk with the leader of that capital city and they got into an argument and Gotrek left. I'm like, okay, so that build-up went nowhere. This could be a lot of GW won't let them be cool type thing too.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, cool. There is a Drakey Flint novel. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true, yeah.
So I'm gonna say, and then gameplay. It's like I'm saying this probably cool on story. Not ice cold.
Yeah,
but
cool on story. Yeah, cool.
Gameplay, good God, no chill.
No.
What is with this army? Either it blows you off the table and shoots you to death, or does dumb redeploy tricks, or dies instantly. Yeah. Like the all shooting army has been so hard to balance. I'm really hopeful for the new book. I really am. I think hopefully it feels like we finally got there because we added the other units that actually make it maybe more interesting. But good night. This army has been a nightmare since its delivery. And for the past 8 years, this has never been in a good place.
Just take Fire Slayers, right? And take KO and make one book.
Right.
And all of a sudden you fix 2 armies.
Yeah.
At least in some aspects. You probably make a nightmare elsewhere, but
right.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave? Hey, Dave Witek is here. Dave, I shouted out the battle report. Like I said, everybody, if you're just coming in now, go check it out. Garage Hammer relaunching their YouTube channel here with some new battle reports. It's linked down in the description. Go give them a sub and check out their new battle reps, their new bat reps. So it's going to be very fun. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, what's next?
All in all, I think these guys end up on the lower end of cool when you average everything out, right? Like that feels about right.
Yep.
Not the gameplay enough isn't enough to drag them down to no chill, but man, are they close. They are like, you can fit some atoms in between the two. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Sons of Behemoth. This is one of my favorite armies. I love giants. I really do. Okay. I'm gonna set up a quick argument for you here.
All right.
Aesthetic, no chill. Story, no chill. Gameplay, no chill. Despite my stupid love of giants, this has been one of the great failures of AoS. Okay. As far as coolness goes, this should be super cool, but they're big, dumb, English, fee-fi, fo-fum, moron giants. They all look the same. The models are framed the same. They're boring. They didn't give us like a female giant or a cool giant or a sorceress giant or any things they could have done. The story, they're what story? What do these guys ever do that is of any value in any story? The coolest thing they ever did was when he was fighting what's his name? The Stormcast, who hits him in the head with a hammer before he gets killed.
Oh, when he
Um
killed the god, yeah.
uh no, it's what's
The
his name? It's the
Celestine
silver
Prime.
guy who's landing Gardas. When Gardas comes off the top of the
Oh,
tower and it's like he comes down like Thor in the second or second movie where he's fighting Hela or whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I guess that was
Yep.
the third Thor movie. Wow, has there been 4 Thor movies? Is that real? I
Yeah.
guess it
Well,
is.
wasn't the fourth one, wasn't that technically Guardians?
I don't know, man. I
Anyway.
remember that one was bad.
Uh,
Anyways, the point is that that was a cool scene, but that was like the Giants getting basically
yeah.
owned.
I thought you were gonna say the coolest thing was the Celestine Prime killing their god.
I would have accepted
God
that
beast.
too. Absolutely,
Yeah.
just whammo. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Celestin Prime hammering them. Yes. So like, but
Um,
that Gardas fight's a tick for Stormcast being cool, not the other way around.
yeah. I think the only thing that takes them into having any sort of like benefit in any of this argument is the fact that you can kind of bring one in any faction if you want to.
Yep.
Like, I wish they weren't named, but hey, Kit Bash little bundle, Whalebiter, have some fun. Like that's cool, but also that didn't mean you had to force them to being an army.
Yep.
You already
I
forced us
love that they're
to
an
buy other
army. I'm
crap like
glad we
endless
got the all
spells.
giant army. I really am. Like, it's one of my favorite things. I kit bashed all over them. I made them into something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, you did.
But that's not the army itself. Okay. And so it's like the reality is they're way down here in no chill. It's just the case. This army has been misdesigned, mishandled from the jump. It's no chill. Sad. But here we are. All right.
No notes.
No notes. Blades of Corn. All right.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Ooh,
All right.
indeed. Aesthetic.
Trying to. It's high end of cool. We
Okay.
don't have the new Corgus Coal that we
Yes,
want
boy, that would do a lot
desperately.
of that'd do some heavy lifting, I suspect.
Yeah. I do like the refresh we had with literally the start of Sigmar. Like that was a fun refresh. The characters are neat.
The Skull
Bloodthirsters
Reapers and the
are also
Wrathmongers, stuff like that. Yeah, sure.
yep. Bloodthirsters are always a joy to paint. I don't care.
Sure.
Just period. I love
Yep.
them. But it's not enough. Like I get it. I see they're like this is what we are. This is what we're doing. But it's cool. But there's nothing in there that's driving me to ice cold on that. Just cool.
Yeah, I agree. Overall on aesthetic, there's just too much dragging them down. Original Bloodletters, you can't look at those and say that's ice cold, right?
Oh
The
no, that's
Juggernaut
true. Yeah.
characters, same thing. Okay. Fonzie with the super chat saying, "Thank you for putting Gargants where they belong." Hey man, I love them, but we gotta be objective on the show. Okay. Uh the Jugger people, like the both mighty Skull Crushers and the Bloodletter guys, Blood Crushers. At
Yeah.
best, cool, like best case, right? There's so many things here that just like, you know, the fact that the Bloodthirsters are all jumping around their little tippy toe fire thing.
Oh yeah. I'm
Right.
yeah, I'm glad I started this army in Sigmar and didn't have an old world version because
Sure.
rebasing that would have just been no.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the thing is too, it's just like, man, like yeah, like why stop giving us like the heroes you're making are cool, GW. But what if you
Sure.
just made new blood letters which will work for multiple game systems and make you so much more money because we'll all buy it across
Yeah, I agree.
multiple game
Like,
systems.
there's so many cool characters in this army, right? You mentioned not even having the
Yeah.
new Corvus Cole, but like, the dude swinging the anvil, the flaming anvil around,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're the new Deathbringer, any of the Deathbringers, the priests, right? Like a ton
Yeah.
of these people are just really great, but the vast majority of the army is like super underwhelming. Like it's at best cool with like a lot of no chill
Hey,
mixed in.
I'll say it, they would have been tone in Ice Cold, but they got rid of Valkia. That's a mistake, and we
Absolutely.
won't let that stand here on this. Nope.
That's correct. We must stand. Okay. So at best, low cool on a stack.
Yeah.
Story. I mean, vibes do a lot of work, and the vibe on this is pretty ice cold. People love this, and I get it. Blood for the Blood God, Lunatic Warriors. Khorne has generally been very heavily involved in the story throughout most of the editions. You've got what's the name of the Gunner Brand, right? Like that, and his whole family is they're I guess technically they're part of Slaves to Darkness, aren't they? Yeah, okay, we'll come to them in Slaves to Darkness.
Technically, yeah, they are.
Yeah, technically they're there. All right. But nonetheless, I think these guys are like pretty heavily involved since the beginning. We can just rely on Corcus Call to do the story part, right? Like again, been around at a lot of the key moments.
Yeah. And once again, evolution of character goes a long way to making the story interesting.
Right.
And his character has evolved greatly from the Realm Gate Wars.
Absolutely. Again, and not like absolute raw, like they are pretty metal, but they could be more metal. I just want to say that, right? This is
yeah. I think the biggest shame too is a lot of good story with them outside of Akshi.
Yeah.
Was in White Dwarf, which I buy the White Dwarfs because I still have that nostalgia feeling for them, and thankfully those stories were great. It was fun to see them evolve and see Corcus Call kill a continent. Amazing. But if you're not buying White Dwarf, you might not even know that that happened.
Yep. Exactly. But pretty, I would say they're at least halfway into Ice Cold with their story. Okay.
Oh,
not
absolutely.
fully.
Yeah.
And then gameplay. This is where they probably fall down. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that for the majority of AoS history, they have been a very Johnny army. And this, like, doing this intricate series of careful movements, the ballet that is Khorne. Okay.
I love my favorite part. It's the Blood Tithe point. That's what's going to help this army the most.
Sure. Sure.
Even as you're getting your teeth kicked in, you're like, it's a Blood Tithe point.
Blood Tithe.
Yep. Yeah. Blood Tithe. You get to say Blood Tithe no matter what happens. And then my favorite thing too, I think I was playing my friend Cole. He has Ideneth. I was tabled turn 3, but I had Blood Tithe points.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, your turn. I made him roll priority for the rest of the turns, and then the very last moment, I would like, maybe I'll use a Blood Tithe point.
Yeah, sure.
For no reason. Wasn't going to win me the game, but I'm like, I still have something to play with here.
Yep. And it seems like we finally became like the army that they should be. And I'm sorry, but that mismatch of like the way they played and what their story was, it just it hurts their cool factor. It just does. Right?
Yeah, the biggest problem that I'd seen with it, playing some friends who had Khorne with my Daughters of Cain, is I would out Khorne with Daughters of Cain, which didn't make sense.
Right.
I think they have reversed those to make more sense now. But yeah, Khorne is playing like Khorne should.
Yep.
And it's fun. That's
right. So yes, Arrested at Waffle House. Why are my insane killers the movement tech army? Right. It is a subversion of the thing, and like it's fine. I'm not saying it was bad for doing that. I'm saying it's not cool. Like that's just being the careful ballet melee tech army. I'm sorry, that's not cool. It's just not. That's what it comes down to.
I feel like we're in a better place now, but yeah, it wasn't cool because you just want to go raw, go.
Correct. I think when you look at how that all balances out, they're cool, but they're like lower half of cool.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, we can't forgive all the sins of the past.
That's right. Okay. Auric War Clans. Obviously, as usual, this is 2 armies because it is 2 very distinct armies in this case that aren't meant to be matched and put together. You've got your Ironjaws and you got your Swamp Bogglers. Okay. But when we're examining them as a book, I think we can kind of examine them all as one, honestly. I really do. Okay.
That's fair. It's gonna probably give me more of the milquetoast answer by doing that because I absolutely love Ironjaws and I absolutely despise Cruel Boys. Aesthetic, story, gameplay, both ends.
Okay. Well, let's see we can break them up. Here we go. All right.
Okay. All right.
I can always spawn a second War Clans little image. Okay. Let's start with aesthetic. I agree with you. Iron Jaws, ice cold. Swamp
Mm-hmm.
Bogglers.
I give him 0. I'm no chill on him. I look at them going, I as someone who gets, GW will send me terrain, I build and paint it with my crew, we send it off to the US Open for that stuff. There's been plenty of old Dominion boxes where I've been extra models were in there, Stormcast and Cruel Boys. And like they get to good homes, they get where they're going. I have never once been tempted to be like, I could just have taken a Cruel Boys army.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I
It's not
mean,
worth it.
in the end, here we'll split them up so we have both to work with.
Yeah, we might want to because like it's very whoa for me.
No, I agree. I think at best I'd put them on like the lower side of cool for some of the Swamp Boggler stuff, and that would be like the Mire Brute Troggoth guy, the vultures, like the two vulture characters. Like obviously
The vultures are a
pretty
unique
cool.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Like the
That's fair,
spellcaster's a pretty great looking model. The dude like
I
dumping
mean,
the
Potgarot's
stuff.
doing a lot of work. Yeah.
Sure, but there's a lot of just like in this army for sure.
Yeah.
Like as far as the aesthetic goes, just the aesthetic. It's just like their little short legs, right? Why are their legs so short?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why
are they all torso?
They're the vegan orcs.
Yeah, they got like the little dangly legs. Okay.
Yeah, they're just not getting enough protein in.
All right. Let's talk story.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna say both of them are sadly pushed down into no chill for story. I wish it wasn't the case. But like, what have these guys ever done? Like their general theming and vibe is cool on both cases. It's probably rated about the same. But like actual stuff.
I mean, Iron Jaws are one mindset: run forward, kill. They have a great leader. But he's not leading. He's just at the front because he's the biggest and strongest. Cruel Boys are just being jerks to Kragnos, which is fine.
Which
but that's
points in their favor, to be clear, for me.
Okay. All right. yeah. I'm not gonna argue. Actually, I'm not gonna argue that because the Cruel Boys aren't doing anything right. They're just running around existing.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys end up being just like jobbers in the story. I wish they weren't. I think both of these have incredible potential to tell good stories, right? But
yeah, and it would be a good army to have that internal conflict too, but they seem to also just very much keep the armies separate in the story too.
Yeah.
Which, sure.
I agree. So like I think they're just story-wise, I think they're both getting no chill. Okay, let's go to gameplay. I'm actually thinking both of them score pretty strong on gameplay. Okay. Now I'm gonna rate Iron Jaws higher personally. I think Iron Jaws are ice cold as it can be when it comes to gameplay. Always have been, always will be. From the time they got their first like rules, that was like, the very back page of GHP, like 2016 or whatever, or 2017, whichever one it was, where it was like literally printed on the back cover. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
It was just like, this is the army. You know what we're here for. Let's go. Start your engines.
Yeah, and GW acknowledges and understands the progression because even they're like, okay, what would these Iron Jaws need? Bigger pigs. Let's do that. And if Iron Jaws actually existed, they'd be like, we need bigger pigs.
Right.
This all aligns.
Yep. And then like Cruel Boys, kind of the same. Like again, I don't think they're quite as ice cold, but I'd still put them in the category. Like the actual gameplay is generally like, yes, they've had some weak points and there's been some parts where they're really kind of it's rough, like to be the player of it, but it's still fun and you feel like it's actually playing the theming of them. Honestly, it's funny because I think the worst Iron Jaws have ever been gameplay wise is right now, and the best Cruel Boys have ever been gameplay wise is probably right now, right? In like literally the current GHB. It's a funny inversion. Whereas, like, for most of history, I would have absolutely rated that the other way around. But, like, on balance, they're going to end up both in about the same place, right?
That's fair. I to me, I'd put Cruel Boys lower, but I just really don't like them as a general part of the faction. So I will abstain on this one. Just to,
Okay. Yeah,
so I'll be arguing for arguing's sake, I feel, and it wouldn't get
that's
it that
fair.
way.
So let's. I think in the end, Ironjawz, like, probably. Let's see, like, splits the line. Cruel Boys splits the line just like a tiny step down. There you go. That's
Sure.
my argument. Okay. Like, they're both honestly pretty cool factions. I think that's right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is Cruel Boys are the true Sigmar version that they could have done for something like this, something completely different and off the wall.
Yep.
Just personally, I don't like it.
All right, we got like 1, 2, 3. We got a small group left here. All right, let's go through them here because we're running long. All right, let's do it. Here we go. We're down to. I've purposely saved some interesting ones for the end, but you know we'll go through them quick. Let's do Lumineth. Let's get these guys out of the way. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with the aesthetic. Where you at?
Man,
Boy, this is going to be a contentious one.
Just as a high elf nut, way too many high elves. Like, I absolutely love the high elf aesthetic. I'm putting this high cool.
Okay.
It's
funny. I thought we were going to be in a very different place. I was in the same. No. I was in the same place. Like, high cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, but it does not drive the same feelings I get from my high elves.
Right. Some of it's a little goofy. They're not like hitting it out of the park. Some of it's kind of annoying to paint, but the aesthetic is overall pretty cool. The mountain guys are cool. Teclis is cool. That kind of thing.
I do like the big hats. I like the big hats.
I don't know, that's a classic high elf thing. High elves have always had big hats. They like big hats in within the Warhammer world. Okay. Story for Lumineth.
Man, I mean, I don't know how much you can touch the top of Ice Cold for me.
Wow.
And it's all from it's from Teclis and
sure
the threat of Tyrion and like the little bits we get, as well as the twins that are running around saving the Phoenix Ember. And
see, I like the two of them the best. I think Teclis is like awful. I think he's just awful. He's done some cool individual things, but I think he's just basically a dork in the story.
I mean, don't forget, he's one of the ones that helped capture Slaanesh.
Sure.
The incantations. Like, there's still a lot going on the back end. He technically saved the Lumineth by getting the Teclian tier or whatever it is, thanks to the help from his moon friend. I still rate him high. Plus, like I said, the bits we're seeing and like what Tyrion might be, like that's.
See, you're trying to give Shadow Tyrion credit. I knew you were going to do this. Okay.
Yeah. That's my god, like, little forgiveness.
I understand. Look, if Tyrion shows up and acts anything like Tyrion, I'll be with you. But he is, sir, not appearing in this story yet. You're getting no credit for that yet. Okay, you cannot.
Okay, all right.
Ghost Tyrion does not get credit towards this story. Okay.
He's talked to Teclis a few times.
Sure. Yes, he has. He has literally shown up as like a sort of disembodied voice a few times in the story. Like, he's physically been there once or twice. Yes.
Yeah.
Alex says, every time I see Teclis, I understand why Tyrion is the more popular brother.
So, I mean, and here's the thing, too. Like, and Dave Whitetext in the chat, back then, he was calling him the village idiot during all the end times. I'm a big Teclis supporter, and from the end times onward, I'm a big fan of him. But you're right, he hasn't been doing that much. The new twins are kind of doing some heavy lifting. So
yeah, they're the standout.
Let's bring it down. I will concede to 50-50 Ice Cold.
All right.
Because the potential. A lot
of potential in that one. Hades says, aesthetics, Ice Cold, lore, Ice Cold, rules the only thing that is not. The Lords of Magic and the Elements. Pikes are awesome. All right, that's Hades' vote. It's a strong vote, Hades. I am willing to be bought.
Vote.
Okay. gameplay, I actually kind of agree with Hades. I think gameplay has always been
Yeah.
the weakest part of this. This was like NPE, the army, for a long time. This army literally had no chill to play against. It's
Yeah.
not that anymore. Okay, to be fair. You know.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Yeah, it was never fun.
Right.
Even running it was just kind of like, okay, I guess this is what I have to do. Like, Techless was the most fun part because I could do the auto casting stuff. But
Oh, David
other,
says I defended Teclis. Keelan Hammer Wayne called him the village idiot. There you go.
oh, sorry, I'm forgetting my old lore. Yeah, I'm Techless Stan. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate the
There you go. Thank you, Dave, for the clarification. All right, look,
clarification.
I gotta say, on balance, they're like the lower half of cool. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's where they land. They've done some cool things, mostly Techless. Tyrion will do cool things, but we can't rate that yet.
Yeah, someday. Someday. Okay. Let's see here. Oh boy, who to choose? Stormcast Eternals. Aesthetic.
Low, cool.
How
Maybe
much
tone
how
to
much
no
are we giving
chill.
him credit for the newest chamber for Ruination versus the original guys? Because like the problem with this range is there's things that are really dumb in here, and there's things that are amazing. Right?
Mm-hmm. I like the new guys are good, but I don't know if they really like. I don't know if they fully save it to not have a toe into no chill on that because it's just I don't know. I feel like they haven't turned like they've made it. This is a Sigmar army. I get that entirely, but I feel like they haven't turned up the Sigmar yet on them. They're getting closer. But also I'm tired of getting more Stormcast every 3 years.
Sure. Absolutely. No, I hear you.
There's
I
fatigue
mean,
on it. There's
yeah, I like Alex said, Ruination versus OG is night and day, and I agree. Like fat original liberators and stuff like that. Oh boy, rough.
they're fun. I mean, I guess we could go cool.
The best, some of the best looking ones were Sacrosanct, and they retired those.
Yeah,
those are some of the coolest looking ones, and they binned them. Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the let me say maybe why it's at least firmly in cool. It's low cool for me. They had a really great opportunity early on that they kind of fumbled. If they gave us the different hosts early on, like we were all making our custom hosts early on. Like I did my own custom thing. That's what we were all doing. You were the golden boys, you made your own thing. And then it was like the second book came out. They're like, oh hey, here's the silver boys, here's the bronze boys, here's the purple. I'm like, oh, like you're giving me the Space Marine.
Yep.
Boy, so many times I've almost repainted my whole army to be Hallowed Knights. I don't feel like doing that. But I would have been able to attach better personally to something like that than trying to create my own custom thing in this instance.
I get you.
So they could have been so much better. Yeah. But anyway.
That's fine. I think they're firmly in cool. Like averaging it all out, you have some of the most amazing models running around AoS, and then some things that honestly are not great. And
give us a new Celestin Prime right now.
Yeah, boy, oh boy,
right now.
I have done 3. I have painted 3 Stormcast armies and converted the Celestin Prime twice. I have 0 original Celestin Primes. So I have 2 complete kit bashed ones. All right, story. It's ice cold. It just is.
Yeah. They have some of the best characters. Just ice cold. Like Neve Blacktown's still my favorite. Her story is just fantastic.
Neve, awesome. Vandus, awesome. Bastion Carthalos, awesome. Bunch of individual, just random Stormcast that pop up in stories and are like, and you get really good narratives around them, right?
I mean, pouring out for Gardas.
Right. Yeah, Gardas.
One of the
absolutely.
best ones who's gone. Yeah.
Yep. Like, not to mention just like the general aesthetic, the infinitely respawning warriors that lose their humanity and everything else. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, these guys are ice cold as far as story goes. This is like, this Age of Sigmar needed these guys as the central character, as the central faction to finally balance against chaos, right? And this is it. Like, these are the guys. It's ice cold.
Agreed.
Gameplay, pretty great.
I mean, definitely. I say, yeah. like definitely high cool for me. I could be convinced into ice cold if you have a specific example, but every time they do what they feel like they're gonna do. They're elite warriors running
Yes.
around doing elite cool things, and they have a little bit of recursion just for the sake of it because it's in their theme.
Yep. Coming down. The fact that we've had the proper rules since the beginning of like lightning bolt thing onto the table, right? And then like they land and roll out and charge and shock troop. Like whether or not their strategy has been successful doesn't matter to me really, right? Like they've always felt aligned to what they were supposed to be. And it's always been a cool play experience to play them. Right.
Right.
So
100%.
I'm saying they land in ice cold. They get up there.
Okay.
They overcome their models and get in. Maybe it's the lower side of it, but they get in there. Okay.
Perfect.
Heed Knights of Slanesh.
Ooh, okay. Aesthetic. I mean, ice cold.
Ice cold. Yes,
Even the old
Daemonettes
Daemonettes
are like
still do well.
Yeah, I like them now. Mine are mixed with like I mix mine with witch elves and stuff like that. I admit the Daemonettes are the weakest part of the army, no doubt. I grant you that completely. Okay, but Glutos, the Keeper, you know,
The
like
mask.
Celeste, the Mask, like every special character, every hero, the Slickblade Seekers, the Blissbarb Archers, and on and on and on and on. Okay, pure ice cold faction as far as aesthetic. Whatever else we say from here, I think this is one of the most gorgeous, incredible looking armies. Sigvald himself.
I say this. I when they showed off the Keeper, I knew I was buying that army, and I like you. I put a lot of like Daughters of Cain bits mixed in because it aesthetically does kind of work well.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Story. It's cool at best. Probably low cool. Like, Slanesh's new, like, Sinessa Index has to show up and get chumped and just get shot to death by two idiots with crossbows. You know,
Celeste is a great story, but it's not doing anything. It's just, I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, they're cool. I love it's like one of the most healthy romantic relationships in the mortal realms, which is weird. But when your god is trapped, like when the central part of your story is your god is literally imprisoned, right? Come on. That's not great. So like probably low cool on story at best. Okay.
Yeah.
Gameplay. Well,
yeah, it does. You can play it. You can play this army. You're right.
This is a playable army. It has rules. Look, this army's been really on a journey. It went from like existing to way busted to terrible to really annoying to fight against because you're just getting shot by 100 Blissbarb Archers. It's always had goofball rules where the rules also helped the other people. Like just they are just feels bad army most of the time in almost all incarnations. Like gameplay, no chill at all.
Yeah, none. It's I'm trying to think. I went to a tournament, not this edition, obviously, the last edition for this army, and I went 0-5, but I had a good time with Slanesh. Because my only goal was to find a reason to love the whole temptation mechanic.
Yeah, sure.
And I found it throughout my games of how to enjoy just that bit of the rules.
Yep.
And I got
It'll teach you how to properly measure 7, 8, and 12 inches away from other units when you charge.
That's true too. Yes, 100%. Yeah, but like, you know, yeah, no chill.
Absolutely. I think then when you average that all out, you've got like it's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows and a right in the middle. Honestly, I think they end up like just basically dead center.
Yep.
Gameplay drags them way down. Models drag them way up. Story does nothing. Boop. That's where they are.
Nice and simple. Perfectly balanced.
As all things should be. Okay. Slaves to Darkness.
Ooh, aesthetic.
I mean, it's ice cold. It's ice cold.
Yeah, ever since the
Chaos Knights, Chaos Warriors, Chosen, Archeon, Varangard. These are the Iron
Dark
Wall of
Oath.
Chaos. The Dark Oath
Yeah.
guys, like just incredible top to bottom. Either you're Conan or you're like the most awesome looking evil warrior in full plate forever. I don't know what to say here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. They're all dynamic. Like especially the Chaos Knights, they look better than the old original Archeon as far as just coolness factor. Like it's a good pose and they keep stealing it, which is fine, but they're like they understand the references, they understand what they're trying to do, and they understand how to make it unique to this setting while still paying homage to what is probably the second most iconic Warhammer silhouette out there.
Mm-hmm.
Space Marines and then these guys.
I agree. Story. Ice cold. Yet again.
Okay, like you're going down. I'm like, why are you going down? Like,
No, I'm hitting the ice cold button.
okay. So Abraxia
sorry.
is
Ice cold. There you go. Sorry, I hit the button up here.
Ice cold,
I'll put it on the ceiling. Yeah.
I say Abraxia is the only thing in the whole army where I'm just like, oh,
right.
But it's great because we all love old, tired, almost retired cop Archeon that's seen everything. It's just like, oh, these kids.
Absolutely, man.
And Abraxia just being Abraxia, and him going, oh, I have to deal with you again. It's like, I've been in that office setting. I know what's going on there.
Yes. Gosh darn it. I love every time you like whenever you get Archeon talking in books, he is so funny. Like to me, I don't think they're intending to write him comically, but like if you ever had a live action Archeon, I would want him played by some kind of like straight British actor who just like does exhausted really well. You know what I mean? Like that's how he comes off. Okay.
He is the most relatable character to us in the setting.
Sure. And
as the middle-aged aging crowd of Warhammer, I should say.
Right.
He is the most relatable.
Yes, Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse is the hardest title in all of fantasy. You're not wrong. But then you also got like there's a bunch of other it's not just him. There's a bunch of other things that are carrying weight in there. Like I mentioned Gunner earlier. This is actually his proper faction. Like Gunner's amazing. Like he and his whole family vibe, like that whole thing with the Dark Oath is really good. Like and again, Gunner's like a really good character. So you know, come on, man. These guys are ice cold on story. Like it's great. And they're at the center of everything. They show up in all the stories. Yeah. They're always relevant. They're always doing big moves.
You know when Tzeentch becomes cool again? When these guys worship him.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. When you play Slaves of Darkness and Markham Tzeentch, yeah.
Yeah, Markham Tzeentch, paint and blue, done.
And then finally gameplay. What is this? Why it's ice cold again? Why let me hit the ice cold button a third time? Like throughout their history, whether it be the Eye of the Gods table or just like their marks and their aesthetic and the way that they've played, yes, there's annoying things of like Varangard and Chosen stuff and double fighting, and like that's really stupid and annoying. I agree, but
I think the finding of faith mid fight is probably the only big negative for me.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's such a weird thing.
I just don't like it, especially because my Slaves to Darkness is painted purple, and that's annoying to me. I'm like, take a guess what I'm going to do. Whether it's wrong or right, I have no choice.
I purposely painted all mine like crimson-y so that way they could go Slanesh or they could go Khorne and it seems believable, right? I went like red purple. So
yeah.
I can like call out either way, right? I'm ready to go.
Give your opponent glasses so it tints it and like, oh, they're green now. There you go.
Yes. So like these guys, I mean, sorry, Seraphon, you've been dethroned. This is the new king of cool. Like, that's it.
Yep, as it should be.
Yep. Okay. Daughters of Cain. I've put him off long enough now.
Yeah, the bias he's got to come out some point for me.
Yeah, here we go. All right. Unleash the bias. All right, audience, we need your help here on Daughters of Cain because both of us are going to be pretty biased on this one. I'm not going to lie. We can't help it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say this. They're not as ice cold as Slaves of Darkness.
I agree. But like,
we're not going to go that high.
Aesthetic, criminy, man. It's ice cold. Witches, snakes, Marathi. The only thing dumb in the army is this dude. Mr. Statue.
Mr. Statue. But that's why you just kit bash and do all that sort of fun stuff.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, that cauldron, a little bit aged. We
Yeah.
can get a new one,
I think
and
it's
they
still
can give
cool.
us
I really do think the
it's
cauldron still looks cool.
it is very cool, but the reason I want it redone is so we can get the female avatar that they've been
Yeah.
recreating it within the stories.
Yep.
Yeah, it's ice cold. Marathi's great. Snakes are great. I love the like just I love the Warcry warbands, not Warcry, Underworld's warbands. They're just
Yep.
fun. I know I can't use them anymore, but they're a fun side piece aesthetic to a great aesthetic, which is Kane.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That is another weak one. The Doomfire Warlocks. God, I hate those guys. But like again,
Oh,
I'll forgive them too. Like
yeah.
there's a couple little weird units, but like the Canary are so great. The Melusai are so great. The Witches are classic. The Sisters of Slaughter are great. Marathi's amazing. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
come
It's
on.
beat after beat. It's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Doomfires. I think even from the start, from the very start, when we saw them, we're like, why are they there?
Right.
Like, why'd you shoot who? Yeah, like, I think everybody was like, even me, like, I have a bunch of them, but I'm like, it's okay. It's because
Yep.
like you keep getting them for free every time you play the army in Blink.
Oh, Cygnus, why would you do that to me? No, obviously we all know that I hate the Warlocks. Doomfire Warlocks are the worst. They're so dumb. Okay. Story. Uh I mean, I'll let you opine. What do you think? Obviously,
Okay.
Marathi
Oh
carrying
yeah,
a
it's
lot.
obviously well. Marathi started out. She's done most of the heavy lifting.
Sure.
Like swallowed by her god by the evil god Slanesh. Came out of it, reformed herself into a being. Uh, didn't let her son beat her down. Took whatever was given and just said, "I'm gonna work with it. Screw this. I know where I belong. Deserve to be a god." Went back into Slanesh after this whole machination, which she's great at,
Yep.
tricking the Stormcast, all that sort of fun stuff. Let's forget about the fact that she tried to hit on Nagash. That was a but hey, I guess girl's got to get her, got to get her up steps where she can. But comes out, becomes a god,
Yep.
and I will always say this: she was when she was consuming the false Phoenix Kings who had the power of
Yep.
Assyrian inside of them, and then she came across the one which was a Narian who cleaved her in two. I'm pretty sure he did that out of mercy to split the part of her he loved against the part of her he doesn't.
Sure.
That was
I
his
like that
last gift
take.
to her. Yep, it's true. Um, she's become the god, and she's solidified. Took a city, and Sigmar said, "Okay, that's I guess you get that city now." She's solidified. Pantheon, all that sort of stuff. So where does she go from here? Because she's very top tier. Well, she just kind of stops because then we bring in Cthulhu.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
bring in an old god that was never actually fully utilized in the end times. A god that was shunned and tossed away. Moray Haig. There was never an avatar for Moray Haig during the end
Right.
times. No one picked it up. Boom, that god's there. Counterpointing, hey, that Marathi's a liar, and boom, we got that internal conflict going again. So
Yep.
and also, Cthulhu just flies around and saves everybody by picking him up like Superman, apparently in the story.
Yeah. She
Um,
does act like a bit of a taxi in the Dawnbringer story. That's my only problem.
yeah,
But she's interesting enough. I'm gonna say
she's
story
picking up.
wise, they
I'm going
feel
ice
like
cold
they're
'cause
on
I
the
think
lower end of ice cold, and I
sure
still
I'll
think it's
take
ice cold, but they just haven't done enough recently. That's all.
right. I'll take that, but I love that Cthulhu has picked up this torch because Marathi to keep running with it is Marathi does big things in the realms. All right, we
Yep.
need to do smaller things so we stop ruining the realms.
Yep. Yep. Gameplay.
I have never, ever, ever hated a single moment playing this army. Even in this
Sure.
current edition, which is not my favorite, I can still do what I want to do, which is here, you girls, go kill that. And then they do. I'll get punched back. Don't get me wrong. Like they've balanced it out a little bit, but I'm not full ice cold, but I'm like maybe 20% into ice cold.
Okay. No, I accept that. It's actually, I think that's completely right. I think that's completely right. Um, ouch, arrested at Waffle House. That is a harsh.
Oh
Bottom
no,
of no
what happened?
chill. Oh boy,
No
that's a
chill. Oh boy.
jeez. Now, here's what I'll say. I think daughters are like if I so when we balance it all out, I think they end up at kind of the top of cool with like a good 3/4 into ice cold, right? So like
Okay.
they're up
Yeah.
there. That feels pretty right to me.
Yeah. I like it. Like I said, they're yeah, as much as I love them, I know they can't be the top, but
Right.
I mean, unless you bring Kraith back, then you put the gameplay up even higher, and we're rocking and rolling again.
Whom did Cthulhu Lift save in Dawnbringer Crusades? Whom didn't she? She was just a taxi service flying everybody around and showing up at the moment to be like, I've got news for you. I've got a prophecy. Really. That's what it came down
Callus
to.
and Callus or Toll, was it?
Yeah, she did save one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, of course, I saved the Skaven for last. Look, this is my show, so this is what it is. Okay. Look, man, I got to sit back and take a real cut at this. So let's start with the aesthetic. If I was judging it on like art alone, it would be the top of Ice Cold. It would break this chart. Okay. Skaven art is always the best art. I'm sorry. It's amazing. Okay. It's incredible.
It's also your edition to be the big bad. You're getting good art.
That's right. But like realistically with the models, look, man, we got to be real here. Okay. I love Skaven. I think the Skaven aesthetic's incredible. It hits everything for me. But we're still dealing with the old Night Runners. The bells and stuff like that are pretty flat and square comparatively. There's a lot of new amazing models. New Jezzails, new Rat Ogres. Basically everything new on the refresh is fantastic. Even new Clan Rats are incredibly dynamic and good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's just like turning around and looking at my Skaven collection behind me. Like, really? Old Plague Monks? What are we doing there? The Vermin Lords aren't near as cool as they could be, right? Like, I wish they were better.
They were End Times, right?
They were End Times, yeah.
Yeah. So
like, they just feel
some
like
of that stuff is getting a little aged.
That's just like they're just like if you were gonna remake if you're gonna remake, I understand the bell looks fine. It's not terrible as hell. I get it, but it's just not on the level. It's not Ice Cold. It's not what like Slaves or Seraphon or Stormcast can put at on the table at their highest end, right? It's just not. It's a perfectly fine looking thing, but it has none of the dynamism. All right. Now,
see, I want to kind of take you away from that and boost you a little bit because start of the show, you're showing old Rat Ogres that you're mixing with new Rat Ogres.
Yeah, sure.
So there's a lot of the original line that still is, very high up there. So like
I agree.
There's a few, but I don't think it's as many as I don't want to feel like there's as many as maybe some people are thinking. Like there's a lot of good still in this faction from the old.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed.
Yeah.
Don't be wrong. I'm not saying any of this like I'm not putting this in no chill or anything. Come on. Like I think in the end I would say on aesthetic it's like 50-50 Ice Cold and cool. That's what it comes down to. It has a bunch of weird stuff dragging it down. Old Plague Monks, things like that. The old Night Runners. But it's got a bunch of stuff that's just incredible. New Death Masters, right? Vizek Scour, right? Like Vizek is incredible. Okay. That kind of stuff. Like the range is huge and a bunch of it is really strong. So even though it's weak, it's still easily 50% Ice Cold on aesthetic. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's me. Like I think that's a fair read.
Yep. Entirely.
And the reason I'm going through this because like as I'm deciding what to repaint for my army, right, and like what to redo, like the reality is I keep coming to units. I'm like I don't really want to repaint that one. I don't want to bring it into the new army. If I run into that, that tells me the aesthetic just isn't there, right? But when I hit these old Rat Ogres, I was like, oh, these guys, I'm in.
Heck yes.
Okay. So that's how I think about it. Okay. Story. A pure Ice Cold.
You're the mover and shaker right now.
Yeah, 100%, man. We're doing things. We just screwed up every realm all at once, baby.
Yeah.
The only reason you're not all dead right now is because of us. We did that. Nagash didn't win because of us. All right. That's it.
Yeah, just imagine.
You're welcome.
Imagine you're waking up in Manhattan, all right? And you look out towards Philly. You're just like, what's going on over there? And all of a sudden, a city bigger than you just erupts from the ground.
Right.
That's a big moment.
Absolutely. Like this is
and
the
by
top
the way,
of
by the way,
Ice Cold.
And by the way, the mayor of Philadelphia, yeah, he's now a god, by the way, just so you know.
Like, sure, absolutely.
You don't attain godhood and not be Ice Cold.
Absolutely.
And we've proven that.
So I mean, like, I don't know what else to say there. Like, just everything. Thanquil's novels are all great. The way the Skaven interact in stories is amazing. Their vibe is wonderful. The four clans are such a wonderful aesthetic and so cool, and you can get behind them and find your individual thing that you love. Like, ba ba like on every story lore type of beat, they just hit. Right.
And I've done it multiple times throughout this whole show. The latest Gotrek book has Skaven.
Yeah.
It has essentially, we'll call them twin Skaven, but two from the same pack who believe that they should have been one being, not two. And they have brotherly affection. They're still Skaven, still
Right.
very much Skaven. And I'm waiting. I'm only halfway through, so I don't know what's going to happen. But they are so fascinating as characters. These
Yeah.
two random Skaven like this, and like they're doing other Skaven stuff, like warp fire cannons are blowing up, and it's funny and haha, and their schemes are backfiring, but they're still getting it done. So Skaven's in a really good place right now on all story beats.
Agreed. All right. Then we got gameplay. Probably the best it's ever been right now. I love the army right now. It's always remained a fun army to play. For the most part, since the launch of AoS, they've mostly gotten Skaven right. And that they figured out that it should have the chance to hurt itself in ways that you can like turn it on, but the risk reward is really worth it. Like if you overcharge the warp lightning cannon, you will do a bunch of damage, but in 2 rounds of shooting, you will explode yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just not do that. But then why did you play Skaven in the first place?
Yeah, why would you do that at all?
So like
it's
just great.
Skaven has always been good to play against, and I feel to play with. I think the hardest one right now is the old world as far as Skaven. It's not in the best place because they're not getting much love, which is sad because it's the most Warhammer faction. That's like just Warhammer, but yeah, it's always been great.
Yep. Like again, we for a while the bell did suck, but now at least we have the new soggy bell. It's pretty great. I wish we'd get back the good bell ringing, but it's like, but new bell is the new soggy bell is good. Again, like just the tables, the factions, the way it works, the trickiness of it, the gnaw holes, like everything, about it. There's a few little things that bother me, like their spell lore is underwhelming and stuff like that.
Sure.
But these are the minorest of pushes, right? For the most part, it's an incredibly fun army to play. I've played a million different variations on lists since the beginning of AoS and had fun with a ton of them, right?
Yeah.
So
actually, that's one thing that we've kind of hinted on at different levels, but all the stuff that's kind of high end of cool and ice cold are really fun to list build with, even though this is not the most exciting list building game at the moment.
Right.
They still have lots of nuance and potential that you can play with.
I agree.
Skaven are probably the best one for that, yeah.
Yep. And Arrested at Waffle House said the new bell is amazing with the little endless bell. Oh, I agree. Little endless bell is one of the 2 other models I have to paint after I'm done with my Rotogers. Here it is, all primed. I'm not even bringing the other 2 parts of the endless of the manifestation lore. I'm bringing that. That's the only thing I care about. I'm never summoning the rats or making the dumb little lightning bolts. Okay. All right. Nick Fury, are you and Ninjon doing a podcast together, Vince? Yes, we are. I didn't talk about it again. I should have said. I forgot all about it. I need to be better at like cross-mentioning stuff. Yes, Nick Fury. Fireball the Gazebo is Ninjon and I's RPG-focused podcast. You can find the link right down there. Go check it out. We have a new episode talking about whether or not 5th edition is too vanilla and boring. So there you go. New episodes come out basically every Tuesday. We'll probably we're gonna keep that up as long as we physically can. So there you go. All right. Anyways, so all in all, what does that mean? That means Skaven are right up here in Ice Cold. In my mind, they're about on the level of Seraphon, right below Slaves to Darkness. I think S2D is the only army that goes harder than them on the cool factor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna can't argue S2D.
Yep. All right, we got one more little quick one we'll just hit here in passing, which is the Hellsmiths of Hashut. The problem is we can't really evaluate them all, right? So just like we have no story yet because they're just like in the background. We don't have any gameplay yet, so we're just doing prediction spot here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we can evaluate the models, right? We've seen those, not all of them probably. We've seen like part of the range from what we can tell.
Yeah, we get the general vibe of it. Yeah.
Okay. So like just based on what you've seen so far, where do you think they're gonna fall?
Just slightly under the middle of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're neat. I don't know. That I'm trying to think. There was always the rumors on the back ends, like, oh, they were trying to figure out, was this going to be the Sigmar faction or a new old world faction? Now, looking at it, it's very clearly intended to be a Sigmar faction. From the way they designed it, that's my feeling. But they played it safe.
Yeah, I
They
agree. I
could
would
have
have
went
liked to see it a
so
little
much
more
harder.
AOSified, but I think there's some pretty cool models in there. I agree.
Well,
My
yeah, yeah.
prediction on where they're going to land, bottom side of cool. I agree.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And there you go. I David says I am as biased to Chorfs as you are to Skaven Daughters. Hey, I get it, man. We've all got our favorites.
Perfect.
There you go. Nick Fury says you didn't say if you and Ninjon doing the podcast together meant that he was your secret favorite out of him and Miniac. I love all my children equally. Nick Fury. That's what I'll say. Okay. So there you go. There's the official ranking. A large cluster around the middle of cool, but you know,
Yep.
obviously we've got some tops, we've got some bottoms, as it were. So hey, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, this was a long show, but it was a lot of fun, man. Thank you for hanging out and doing all this.
No, it was fun to be here. It's fun to just talk about cool stuff like Warhammer armies. Let's be honest. Even the low end of cool, it's still pretty cool because it's a
Yeah,
Warhammer
yeah.
army. If you have no chill, you're still a Warhammer army. You're cool, ultimately.
That's right.
But
Very
it
good.
was fun.
Hey, for all of you out there, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for everybody who commented, everybody who super chatted. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like on your way out, all of that kind of stuff. Don't forget to check out those podcasts. Don't forget down there is both Fireball the Gazebo, Ninja and I's RPG podcast, which I love and want to do forever. I'm really excited for us to record our next episode. We've got some I'm super pumped to talk about a bunch of stuff right now. It's gonna be fun. And also Snowcast, Uncle Adam and I's indie RPG podcast. Our next one coming out on next Monday will be a Gen Con recap and how we think Gen Con should change to better suit the indie wargaming scene. Both of those are down below. Okay. So do check those out. Hades, thank you for the shout out there with the last super chat. I'll give you a like. If I'll give you a like if you bump LRL. All right. There you
All
go.
right.
Did it.
He
I
didn't
can be
say.
bought.
He say. He
I'm
didn't say
cheap.
which way. Did
Yeah,
he say
it's a
bump
good
up?
point.
Like
Yeah,
down?
which way, Hades? Boom. Take that, LRL. No, it's fine. I'll bump them up a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, bump him up. That's fine.
Okay. So thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things. Support the channel. Lots of ways you can do so. There's our merch store down there. There's the affiliate links where you can pick up all your hobby supplies. Doesn't cost you anything extra. If you're going to be shopping on Amazon or Michigan Toy Soldier, any of those places, thank you so much. Click those. It really does help the channel in incredible ways. I really appreciate it. And of course, there's our Patreon and stuff like that. So yeah, do check it out. Any game design book references? There's not a lot of great books on game design is my honest answer for like our space. There's some great general game design books out there, but hit me up in the comments. I can hit you up. But hey, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Chuck, thank you, brother. Wonderful time as always. And
always good to be here.
absolutely. As always, we'll see you next Wednesday.